I did it. I clicked it. I clicked the button. We're here.
Hey.
You can see us. It's no longer a hotel room. Basically,
you got your new setup.
I got my new setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a new setup. I got a level 1 hype emote. Let's go. Hello,
I
everyone.
thought you were doing like a separate office thing. What's happened here?
So this is my personal setup. My separate office is the other room.
You
So
got
it's
2 bedrooms.
yeah, no, it's like an office space. It's not really it's like a kind of a bedroom.
That's a bed.
This is my like main setup. This isn't my work setup. I needed a separation from like work and play, so. But
Okay, but
anyway, hi. Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite Momentum Mod podcast. We're slowly getting back on schedule. This is March 4th. I know we're doing February and March right now. It's a little weird, but just because of the delay in the weird moving schedule that was happening last time. Well, I'm now obviously moved in. This is my new apartment. I'm very happy with it. And yeah, we're gonna be for April. April will be properly scheduled on the last Saturday. So sorry about the weird dates. But we are getting better. And plus February's a short ass month anyway, so whatever. It worked out, right? So so we got some wonderful people here with me. I'm Goknak. I'm the project lead and development lead of Momentum Mod, here to answer some of your burning questions. And we'll just go down the Discord list of the lovely people here with me on this call. And yeah, we'll get going right after that.
Aaron, it's you first.
Hi, so I'm Aaron. I mostly just do tool things here.
Heck yeah.
That's about it.
That's valid. It's me. I'm Tom. Hi. I do both the web development and UI development, and then bits of other stuff. So hey.
I'm Mac. I'm mostly working on tutorial maps at the moment, and I do general grunt work that nobody else wants to do.
Yes.
Defrag learn, yeah. And we got Panzer as well.
Hello, I'm Panzer. I'm the creator of Surf Utopia and Biop Arcane, and I am currently working on a tool that is called BSP Convert that converts maps from Quake 3 into Momentum Mod.
And we're going to be showing off. Yeah, we're going to be showing that off after the questions. So look out for that. And then we also got another really cool map that I'm really excited to show off for any A-hoppers in chat. But yeah, it's really awesome having Panzer on the team and doing this, because Defrag and just all of the old Quake maps in general use an older BSP format. So having that direct import, right? Just BSP to BSP, no need to decompile and deal with the mess there. It's going to speed up a lot of map importing for Momentum. So I'm really excited.
We don't fully know what that means. We'll explain it all at the end.
When we get to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So we'll start it off with, standard question. What has everyone been up to? It's been a packed month. I kind of already gave my update a little bit. I moved. I'm no longer in a hallway in my my parents' basement. I'm in my own apartment now over in the sunny state of California. It's lovely. I'm actually gonna go biking this weekend and stuff. So yeah, it's great. The move went really well. Just was weirdly timed with everything, and but now everything's here. I'm very comfortable. I'm liking it so far, but we'll see how that changes over the next year or so or something. But so far so good. But after all of that, after all the moving, it didn't take the entire month. I've been mainly doing a lot of administrative work as well. We got some updates regarding kind of the Chaos Initiative related stuff as well that we're going to be talking about, I think, in a future question that we have today. And there's just a lot of kind of behind the scenes stuff, while also pushing out some updates for you guys that the team has been working on in the meantime. But a lot of my recent responsibilities, mainly just because I haven't had a PC for like a long time and stuff, has been mainly administrative and documentation style things. So just analyzing things like the engine and like what dependencies we're using and very, very boring nerd shit that, you know, isn't very public facing until we actually go to implement the things that I've been documenting. So that's mainly been what I've been up to. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. But what I guess Tom, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Mostly web stuff lately, finishing up the API rewrite. We're constantly finishing up the API rewrite. It's nearly there. There's just all these little refactors and stuff remaining and moving some internal stuff. It's all very, very boring. But that's pretty close. And then we're sort of really gearing up to sort of finishing 010 and sort of implementing the main bulk features of it. Where, yeah, 010's a really big update that's been sort of a long time in the works with a lot of sort of stuff necessary for it. Been going on for like years now, where you think of like the engine size refactor, that's now in and done. We got the web rewrite that's been sort of in its sort of current form of like current technology. It's been going on for about a year now, and it's been sort of in the process of being nearly finished for about 2-3 months. It's sort of constantly nearly finished. I'm hoping to get a deploy this month, ideally. We'll see. Yeah, it's bigger than that. It's large. And then actually doing the map submission stuff. That's gonna be. I feel like the actual when we start adding new shit, that's gonna be way easier than the rewrite. Because the rewrite is just. Oh, anyway, I could rant about it. I've been streaming that a little bit over the last couple days. I think I've done 3 streams this month, and I've been doing a bit of panorama stuff, teaching people panorama, hopefully somewhat. So yeah, jumping around between UI and web, and yeah. It's a bit exhausting, but getting there.
Yeah. And then, yeah, Panzer's been working on BSP convert. I mean, if you want to talk more about that, you're more than welcome to as well.
We could probably talk about that as we show it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
I can briefly talk about what I was working on recently.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I just hit like a really significant milestone recently where I was able to get all the geometry and light maps loading from the Quake 3 BSP data, which is really awesome. I didn't even know if this was going to be possible at first, so I'm super excited that this is working and that we're going to be able to showcase this later.
It feels like every week or so, Panzer's showing off some cool new thing that he's gotten working with the whole setup, because there's been a lot to handle of like different parts of the different BSP versions and converting them. And it's now at the point where we have like really very playable maps in game that we'll be showing soon.
Yeah, it's wild. Very much a success, and I'm very happy that this project is developing the way that it is. Yeah, and it's open source too. Anyone can contribute to the conversion tool as well. And in terms of open source, right, we have Lumper, right, which is a BSP editing tool. So we have existing source and CSGO and other maps that we need to tweak before we add. So that's, I think, currently on Avalonia now. This last month, we merge that? Was it this month or end of last month? But yeah. So there's definitely a good amount of work being done there. And then we have, obviously our website. But in terms of engine, a lot of things have just been mainly the incremental fixes to like new BSP format. We're doing a lot of refactoring, which is cleaning up a lot of the existing code that's in the engine. So a lot of this kind of work doesn't really come through publicly in any way unless you start to like try to dig around in our DLLs or something like that. A lot of that is just kind of cleanup though. So it's just reducing complexity and just a lot of just really bad old code that we do not use or need or want. So for the most part, a lot of this stuff has been internal, but there's been a lot of great kind of fixes that come along. If you notice that the game has been booting up quicker, Slidebat on our team has been doing a lot of improvements to startup optimization as well as DX11. We have converted fully over to Slidebat's DX11 implementation, so that is our default renderer now on Windows. And that's really exciting because now we get graphics debugging tools and also the performance and improvements that we can get out of like more up-to-date cards, right? Like we can start doing compute shaders and stuff if we want to for like extra bits. There's a lot of just miscellaneous stuff that we could start to explore now because of that. With DX9, while that does support PCs all the way back to Windows XP, that's just not really forward thinking, and it limits us severely. There's just a lot of limitations around like shaders and stuff in particular. So like, for example, PBR, our PBR implementation cannot actually even run on DX9 anymore. So that's what led to us, completely, well, that wasn't the only reason, but that was one of the main things.
We're not going to keep developing the DX9. It's just, it would be torture. Well, a lot of stuff you simply can't do.
And there's a lot of pipeline and just general refactoring improvements to be done down the line too. There's a lot of assumptions that the engine is making that it's like, oh, it's DX9, we need to like, free these resources and reallocate them every time you alt tab or something. Like there's stuff like that. Though, I can't speak fully to it because I'm not too involved with that effort, but there's a lot of things in that caliber where it's assuming it's on DX9, but now we get to like free it from that, go full DX11, and then Linux just works with the awesome work done on DXVK. So yeah, it's amazing. And yeah, I mean, the rest of the team, again, I'm sorry if I'm ever missing any contributions. We do a lot of stuff over the month. We're working on our Learn section. Mac was working on some Defrag Learn section, which has recently been added to the game. We're still working on formalizing the Learn section, making it not require like mapping mode and stuff like that. So bear with us while we do that. However, if you have any feedback, absolutely join our Discord, and please give us in-depth feedback on how things feel or flow or anything like that. We're definitely trying to make this experience, again, one of the goals of Momentum is to educate people that have no idea what these modes are. Maybe heard of them, saw some gameplay, but wanted to learn for themselves. We want to do that, and so making that the best experience possible, that's our goal. So definitely give us feedback there. And yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else of very, very important note. There's a ton of great work being put into the game every month. And we should really get better at itemizing this so that we can just rifle through it or even put it on the slides with some pictures and stuff. But maybe that'll happen down the line when we're a little more a little more organized for these things. We've only done 23 of them. Anyway, so yeah, it's been great though. It's great progress. Seriously, every single day, even if it's not as public facing, it's building up towards a platform, an engine, a game that is very, very fun to play and very fast and very efficient and doesn't crash every time you try to save your fucking map. And anyway, stuff like that. So we're working diligently towards stuff all the time. But yeah, okay, cool. Sorry, I'm gonna put my phone on my bed. All right, no more buzz. All right, let's I guess we'll move to our first question here. Yeah.
Am I reading?
Yeah, you can go ahead and read. That's fine.
I just closed the slide.
That's not good.
Okay. I think I got it. And then yeah, so Kewton asked, will Momentum model work on a modded installation of Windows 11 called Tiny 11? We don't know. We just have to try it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
When it comes to custom like OSs and distros and stuff, the more you get away from, that's also a suggestion. We have a Linux build. You're very free to use the Linux build if you have like an Ubuntu-like distro. However, when it comes to customized or like modified Windows builds, as long as it's like not completely changing like core libraries like DirectX and stuff like that, it should work fine. There shouldn't be a reason it doesn't, unless you're missing some redistributable C++ like redis stuff like that, right? Redistributable. I can't say that word. Anyway, you know what I mean, right? Like the binaries, like Windows 11 SDK, stuff like that comes with like a traditional install of Windows 11. If you get rid of those libraries, we might depend on that, and it might cause crashes on boot and things like that, which are really tricky to diagnose. But so just keep that in mind. Definitely give it a try. It should work with Windows 11. We do have some devs on it playing the game, and so it should be okay there. But if you start to kind of remove a lot of core libraries, it won't. But I don't know. I'm assuming Tiny 11 doesn't remove like core libraries, because that would
it really
that'd be bad.
How much it removes.
But that would be the only thing that comes to mind. We don't detect if you're running on like modified like we don't do that. We don't really care. You can run on like Linux, any distro, as long as you can get the proper libraries. And then I mean, main thing is just going to be like CPU architecture. So as long as you're on an x64, right, 64-bit CPU, which is 99.9% of everyone, unless you're starting to only buy Mac M1s or something. So yeah, you should be okay.
Mm-hmm. The issue is, right, is that Windows is not designed to be modified a ton and played around with. It's not as adaptable an operating system as Linux is.
Yeah.
And it's not something where we're going to make any effort to support a non-official Windows build, right? Because that's we don't have any devs on it, and it wouldn't be worth our time, right?
Right.
So if it works, then great. But we don't support BSD, as far as I know. I don't think BSD does. I mean, stuff like DXVK, I don't think that it works on BSD. So. But yeah, if you want a really small operating system that's designed to work well and be small and can run momentum, then yeah, there's loads of pretty small Linux distributions that, yeah. But yeah, if you're looking to do gaming stuff, I mean, it probably really does make sense to be using regular old Windows. Just use some like debloater scripts, and Steam Deck, I think, does work in some ways, but we're never going to like support Steam Deck or make much effort with that, I don't think.
A docked Steam Deck with a mouse and keyboard should be supported.
Yeah.
But handheld mode
stuff. Yeah, we don't. That's up to Valve to make sure that continues to work.
Yeah. So we're not trying to add controller support. Most of the modes
we don't have native controller code anyway.
Yeah.
We've stripped it out.
So, but yeah. So hopefully that answers that question. Was there any other input for this question?
I don't.
Cool. Thank you, Kewton, for that. It's like Newton, but with a K. Thank you for that question. We'll move on to the next one.
Next question. Aplsed.
Aplsed?
Aplsed. Yeah, Aplsed maybe. Do maps have a reset command without restarting the whole server? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's mom_restart. I mean, that's basically your is yes. It's default bound to C, the C key right above your spacebar. We might change that. I don't know. We don't have reloading in the game, so maybe we might rebind it to R or something. But yeah, it is. It restarts the entire your entire run. When it comes to restarting maps and stuff, we are getting to the point where there are going to be save states of like the entire map. This is work that Rio's been working on, and so that'll be in when it's ready, and then that will save things like entities and things like that in the map itself. Shouts to Orange County choppers. Anyway, if you hear any very fun automobiles, yeah, that's probably why. But yeah, there's a lot of great work going in there, and that will actually reset the map without having to reload it, if that makes sense, like restarting the whole BSP pipeline. But yeah, I mean, if you're just talking about your timer, it's mom restart. We have mom reset for staged maps as well to get you back to the start of a stage. There's been a lot of discussion, and probably still needs to be some, about do we want to consolidate it into one restart command that goes back to a stage or checkpoint or zone or whatever, and then back to start or something like that down the line. There's a lot of talk to be done later about that kind of stuff, but yeah. But it is important to be able to grind a map without restarting manually.
It's also worth noting that these are all like core features of our game,
Yes.
and we don't hide these. These are all on the settings panel. Just go to the keybind section. You'll find stuff like your reset binds and teleport binds, things like that.
Yeah.
It's not hidden, like if you were playing on a server.
Yeah, we'll do a little bit more to encourage, like, to ensure people do bind that stuff in the future, where, like, new players, like, we ensure they do go into the menu and realize that, like, we are a game that has this natively, like, go in and, like when sort of booting any game, like I do, especially something like a game like Momentum, I would go in and check the controls and sort of see if they're what I want. And so we'll be sort of encouraging players to do that, and hopefully in doing that, they will realize that, yeah, there's a bind to restart. We might still be doing stuff as well, like in the tab menu. We still don't have UI for changing stages. Like if you want a TP to stage 2, just like practice stage 2 on some stage surf map or whatever.
Yeah.
We don't currently have any UI for that. That will probably end up in the like tab menu.
Yeah, tab
We
menu.
have some mock-ups with that in. And I assume in there there'll also be a restart thing in there, so there will be additional buttons in there.
Yep.
Again, we've had mock-ups for this for like 2 years. We just haven't done it yet. That'll probably come after 10, 11-ish when we're really working on the tab menu stuff. We'll see. But
Yeah.
so there will be that as well. But yeah, we'll definitely be making a lot of effort to ensure that players, because this might be the case with this person, they've simply not realised that this is just a native thing in the game, and they have potentially been restarting the map. Then again, they do say whole server, not map. So
Yeah, too used to that server life. KSF or Tempers or something.
Yeah. Any features you're used to on servers, we tend to have unless we think they're too strong, like GT, and you can't third person in sticky jump or whatever. But most of those kind of server side features that people are used to are just supported natively in Momentum in a single player way.
No jetpack.
For free, because we can't make money from the game. So all of these features will be built into the game for everyone, as it honestly should be, because that's Anyway, yeah, cool. Any other input for if it's Aplsed? Sorry, Appleseed.
Yeah.
Any other input for this question? All right, thank you. We'll move on to their next question.
Oh, we have another one from Aplsed. Does -mapping, which is a launch command for those who don't know, that you put in the launch options on Steam library, in the game setting on Steam library, does mapping affect the normal maps at all, or do I have to toggle that launch option on and off to play the normal maps? I'm not quite sure what that means.
So in order to submit times, yeah, you'll have to turn it off. We do prevent run submission when you have mapping mode on, just as a sense of like, because there's a bunch of commands and stuff. Down the line, we're actually looking to remove dash mapping in the sense that all of the commands and stuff will just be available. And then we will have UI that pops up when you go into a start zone with no, like if you altered any defaults. So if you've changed like game mode settings or whatever, it'll be like, hey, your air accelerates off, and then for the vast majority of players that don't touch settings, that'll be fine. But if you do have, you wanted to run a map without default settings, it just won't submit. It will record it, and we can probably have some filtering in the future to where it's like a custom kind of like run flag or something that has custom settings. But for the most part, right, it's just preventing submission. We definitely want to improve the UX around that, because dash mapping right now is just kind of this hard switch of like, oh hey, like it enables a ton of these commands and functionality that are very specifically for like mapping or editing maps or settings or things like that. But when we have run validation in place, right, we'll be able to determine if you did that anyway, right? That'll be part of our anti-cheat. So once we get that system in place, right, the dash mapping kind of toggle there doesn't make sense to have, just because it's more annoyance than anything, and we understand that fully. So for the most part, it is going away down the line, so you don't have to worry about this in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the biggest change at the moment is if you load a defrag map with mapping mode, it gives you all the weapons, because we were testing the weapons most recently.
Yeah.
So it just gives them to you by default.
Yeah.
Which means you can cheat a lot of maps, obviously, but it's mapping mode, so your times won't submit.
Yeah. So,
mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, that hopefully answers that as well. Thank you for the question. We'll move on to the next.
You're going quite quickly. CaWU asks, will there be developer commentary?
I'd love to have it. This is more of a post-campaign thing, because we want to put the dev nodes throughout. Like, we want to do Half-Life 2 or like other Source Engine, like Valve Source Engine game commentary style, where you play through it and you see the nodes at the different parts talking about different things. That would be really cool. I have always been pushing the team to use the team showcase, make blog posts. I love having kind of our internal discussions try to be public and not just by me, because I know while I am lead, I want False to talk about their models that they're making and their process and stuff like that. I want, maybe like Mac can start talking about how the learn section is being approached for Defrag or something like that. Like, and it's really just kind of opening the public presence more to like how we're developing this game and approaching things, just so that people are aware that we're taking their feedback, and we're also trying to make the best platform, and here's why, like the reasoning behind all of our choices. So yes, there should be developer commentary. It might take a while though. It's going to probably be after the campaign and integrated into the campaign maps some way.
Yeah.
But Yeah, there's no reason not to do developer commentary. We definitely want to be as open as possible about development, like struggles, development like choices and things like that, and just like what led to the final product, right? I think that's because it's been a couple of years, just a couple of years of working on this game, but through the years, just talking, maybe just talking about how approaches were chosen over time as well. Having that history as well, that's why I'm pushing for like the Team Showcase channel and blog post, is to have that history, that written log of everything that we've been just kind of doing and choosing. And yeah, sometimes even going back and seeing, wow, we made a dumbass mistake to choosing to do this. And then like we have new blog posts that talk about how we went back and corrected and things like that. So yeah, there definitely should be developer commentary. I'll be pushing for it. It's going to take a bit, because then if we do want to do the developer voices and things like that, it's going to be a matter of getting everyone's recordings and stuff like that. We got to make a campaign first, probably. That's probably more important.
Something like a developer commentary, it's something that works well for a game campaign. There are other ways of having developers talk about their game, funny enough. I'm trying to think of one, but no, I can't think of any off the top of my head right now.
Devlogs,
I'm making
and Q&A
it right now. Yeah. But a developer commentary works well if you have you're in-game exploring stuff, and that you encounter the stuff in-game that way. Which, yeah, I feel like we don't want to bother with that until campaign, personally.
Yeah. Cool. Was there any other input for CaWU's question?
No.
Cool. All right, thank you, CaWU. We'll move on to the next one.
Oh, so this question I changed a little bit just because I know Ark sort of asked this question deliberately because it was a response, so we can talk about the question last time. I've rephrased it a little bit, but Ark originally did it. So, is there any follow-up discussion last month over KSS/CSS being easier than Momentum? So for those who don't know, that's stuff.
The other way around. You've worded it wrong, but yeah.
Oh yeah, momentum being easier than CSS.
Yes,
it's reworded to be wrong now. It was reworded slightly to change a meaning entirely. No. It's then momentum being easier than KSFs, like CSS, like servers. Yeah. So just kind of recapping that. So the discussion last time when I was held hostage in my hotel. No, I'm just kidding. When I was talking about that. There's a lot of belief that momentum is like designed to be easier or something like that. And for the most part, right, the main thing that we talked about was we aren't designing it to be like, oh, like we're going to give a little more speed or like anything like that. We are doing things like fixing ramp bugs, right, consistent giving boost, like jump boost speed off of slopes, things like not losing a random amount of speed or gaining an unfair amount of speed when like hitting a slope going up a hill or something like that. There's a lot like RNG fix, for example, that plugin. So there's a lot of things like that we're doing just inherently because the alternative is terrible, right? Getting stuck on a ramp, like RNG speed, you have to restart your run in order to get the right boost speed. Stuff like that we want to eliminate entirely. Part of that game feel, though, from that could make it feel like, hey, this is really consistently easier, right? Because it's not a server plugin doing it, or it's not, just inherently in the game that a server has to like try to recorrect. So it does feel better in that regard. However, the main thing, right, the way to prove it, right, was being basically movement recording on both games, taking the exact same inputs that you would put into each of the games and playing them back and just comparing where you are. Like, if it's easier or whatever, then we would be gaining more speed. We would be flying through the air, like whatever, right? Rio actually, and the reason why Ark asked this again, because it's Rio actually did that. Rio, a member on our team, also admin of Horizon servers. So they had access to Horizon and they have access to Momentum game code. They actually created the same movement inputs on both, recorded those inputs, and then diffed the like position and velocity and things like that. And found that the delta, the like change that happens is 0.0003 units. like average. And so like there is no change between the inputs given to the CSS like base movement. I'm assuming it was base movement. I'm not sure if it was on Horizon. But again, it's compared to what like the base game, right? There is no difference. The same exact inputs, mouse, keyboard, right, plus forward, all of that, same exact movements, same exact outcome on both platforms. So while that is a very small sample size, keeping in mind that releasing a movement recorder isn't really in our plans right now. We do plan to have task tools down the line, so maybe, I don't know, rudimentary task tools or something. However, that would kind of destroy the leaderboards right now. I know we aren't supposed to care, but like anyway, the main thing is just we do have somebody interested in also third-party replicating this kind of setup as well. So I'm hoping that they're able to do so, because absolutely we do want that to be verified. But it is from this test, and I'm pretty confident about this, it's 1-to-1. The way that it feels easier is just game feel. So no ping, the game's running locally. It's running on DirectX 11, which allows us to sample your mouse and you can have it in borderless windowed and basically be a full screen game. We're doing optimizations to the renderer, to load times, to everything. Things could feel better. We are on CSGO, so keep that in mind. We are based on CSGO, so maybe CSGO also made some internal improvements there. However, this test was done on a CSS server versus Momentum. So the diffs, right, are between those two engines. So it's like the movement itself has been cleared to be not different.
The movement code is CSS, I just want to clarify. Well,
and it is...
The engine is based on CSGO.
Correct. Yes, because the movement code doesn't necessarily mean that it's like how it, like the engine, when we say engine, it's like how it draws the game, right? How it renders, how it samples input, which could actually affect movement, right? You would think, oh, like if they touched input code, but it, like that engine is different on CSGO, or like the 2013 is also what we refer to it as. The 2013 engine, right, does have different code there, right? So you'd think, oh, maybe it's something with the input, but it was the exact same output with like a 0.003 delta of position, and it fluctuates like negative, positive, like it was basically on point. And it was not anything that would feel substantial. The other side of that would make you feel a substantial improvement, it's just the things that we've been doing to the platform. We've been improving the engine. We've been improving how the game feels. In the sense of just smoothness, right? Because that's what we want. Like that's what our goal is. We don't want these game servers that you have ping to connect to that then also run some movement fix it. Like no, like it's the entire point of Momentum is that single player client, right? So having that kind of game feel, right? A lot of people might just not be used to it yet, and if anything, right, and I'm hoping that this third-party investigation also goes through and clears it too, because that would be awesome. And like that would just kind of cement this as like, we're telling you, we use the CSS game code that Valve gave us, the movement code. That's our movement, right? Like we're not like misinterpreting something or anything. We're not secretly adding 100 or another 0 to like a calculation or anything. It's 1-to-1. We fix things that are obviously broken, like ramp bugs and things like that, but it is 1-to-1. And I know that this is not going to convince everybody. I know, and it's very hard to make this public because it is literally publishing a movement recorder. However, right, it's been a topic of contention for a lot of people, but I want to just make sure that this is public and making sure that it's easing that kind of doubt around the project. We're not going to say that it's better or that but if it feels better and you're doing things that you previously couldn't because of just the optimizations that we've been doing to the project and things like that, I mean, I guess that kind of speaks for itself on what platform you might prefer. So keep that in mind. Again, we're not aiming to kill any platform or anything like that. We're just aiming to make the best platform that you could possibly play these modes on, which, you know, all these features for free, all of these optimizations for free, making it smooth, fun to speedrun on, very competitive, right? We got to make sure it runs okay for as many people as possible, given our, you know, platform constraints of Windows and Linux and stuff like that. But you know what I mean. So yeah, hopefully this is a suitable follow-up here. I'm sure there's people with some input on this as well. This has been, it's been very important, because while we aren't, again, it's very understandable that there's people that will probably never play Momentum, because they enjoy the servers that they're on, the times that they set there, the communities there. And yeah, maybe the communities just don't want to move, and that's okay. It's a lot to ask, and we plan to, again, cater to those communities to have kind of one-to-oneness of like dedicated lobbies, dedicated, you know, like map rotation, things like that, to kind of cater to that experience that you're used to as well, making it even easier for communities to grow, because it becomes kind of more of an arm and not the way you play, if that makes sense, because it's now like the clans feature, right? It becomes that community. So it's not like, oh, there's only 64 people that can play on this one community at one time. It's like everyone could join a community and then play like in that dedicated lobby, or like with other people still in their own lobbies. Like it's very powerful. So we want to cater to the communities as well. So hopefully, you know, that also opens a lot of eyes to like, we're not tweaking things, being sinister here. We're trying to be as open and transparent as possible, realistically, right? We are licensed. We can't share everything. We are trying to open source as much as we can, though. I'm happy to hear that the game is running well for people, I guess. I'll add that as well. I'm happy to hear that like it feels good, because that's what I'm at least taking from this, is it's easier. That means it's working. It's, you know, it's playable. It's good. People are getting good frame rates and stuff. They don't have to worry about the weird, like they could play on any frame rate with MRAW input too, right? Like that's another piece of Rio's work that interpolates your mouse based off of like the ticks as opposed to the frame rate. So frame rate doesn't determine like your gains or anything like that. There's a lot of stuff like that just improves the overall feel of the game, and I'm glad to hear that it's coming across, though it is, you know, probably being used as fuel for this kind of debate. So hopefully this can help calm a lot of those fears. So, was there any other input for Ark's question, or any other points of discussion for this?
No, I think it's a good answer.
All right, cool. So just following up there, again, looking forward to being called out when things don't feel good, because again, we're active developers and we want the best platform. Like, we want to have a good platform. We don't want to just change the movement for the sake of changing it. We want to make, you know, informed, well thought out decisions around every mode, right? Everything that we're doing for every mode, and community informed, just making sure that we're making the right choices and not accidentally, right, giving you a shit ton of bonus speed on a ramp or something, you know, like that. We don't want that. We want it to feel good, feel like what you're used to, and better if possible.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. All right, thank you, Ark, for that. We'll move on to the next one. What the fuck is this name? Okay.
Sussy Bob.
Sussy Bob. Will there be an SDK/Steam workshop for modifying weapon appearance? Or will we have to use a tool such as CSGO's MIGI tool, MIGI?
Right on. Yeah, so this kind of touches into the cosmetics side of things. So there's the way that we're going to do cosmetics in the game is, first of all, you will always be able to locally modify files. You will be able to have whatever skin. You could like technically unlock what's on our store, which I'll get to that in a sec. You can unlock anything, right? Like have it be your active weapon. We will never prevent that. You should always be able to locally modify your stuff to make it look cool just for you, right? Like that's awesome. That's the local side of things. What we want to do is we want to incentivize playing the game. So one of the things that we've devised is a cosmetic system. The way that progression in Momentum works is there's two categories. There's cosmetic, or kind of like, you know, general experience, right? And that's just playing the game, beating maps, beating your PB, winning races, like a bunch of like playing the game, just playing the game, doing stuff in the game. Like you'll get XP challenges, right? We'll grant it. And all of that XP actually goes towards a currency called units, which is our channel point unit. And that currency, which is only earned through the game, only through playing the game, through getting this experience, goes to a store that lets you choose cosmetics that show up in lobbies, in replays, right? You can probably, like, for example, for badges and stuff like that, like profiles as well on leaderboards. So we will have the customization that you can show everyone that we will control, because not only do we want to, you know, showcase a lot of artistry that happens, we also just don't want abuse, right? We don't want people to make porn sprays or whatever, right? Like, but you can still do that locally, right? You could change your gun to be a giant dildo if you want to locally. It's up to you. But when it comes to our cosmetic store, it'll be high quality things to represent yourself in your game modes of choice. We really want the customization to expand across every game mode, right? You can have like game mode flags. You can have a clan flag or something like that. We'll have a lot of just like really nice, like unlockable content through just playing the game. So, and it's a store-based model so that you can choose the thing that you want to work towards. And then that way we can also make things rare and not a random like chance. I'd rather you see what you can get and work towards the things you want. And that way you don't have to get all of the base items to then unlock. And like we're not trying to monetize it. We actually can't. We physically cannot monetize this cosmetic situation. But this is ideally enough to be able to provide a sense of community and still offer that workshop level of like, hey, like, you know, these kind of like the voting system of workshop, though we might not use it for this, just because workshop's a little weird. You can only really have like one mode of workshop, and we want to kind of have both. Anyway, so we'll definitely be highlighting artists and, you know, be giving proper credit in game to like the people that have created the assets and everything like that. It'd be amazing to set the system up like that. And then that other system, so this is all cosmetic. This is all just playing the game. You get all of it for free. Just play the game, right? Play maps, beat maps. Like I'm just listing these off, but there's going to be a ton of stuff like challenges and playing in servers, playing the 1v1 racing or the tournaments and stuff like that. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff that can grant this cosmetic XP for you. And then progressing your level. And realistically, your level, right, from all of this experience is just how much you've played the game, right? If you're a high level with prestige or anything like that, you have probably a lot of cosmetics unlocked if you like them. And so, you know, you get to show off a lot of cool stuff. And we plan to have kind of like TF2's loadout system of like each mode you can like customize. You can have like a base appearance, and then like each mode you can override. So like if you play an AHOP map, you have an AHOP, you know, like outfit and stuff like that. It would be really cool. So that's all coming down the pipeline. But right now we just have the experience being granted, but no currency because we don't have a store, and then we need the cosmetics in the store. So we'll be announcing in our Discord when we need like help with like generating cosmetics and like cosmetic ideas that we have. So what would be an impactful thing to like purchase with this like made up, you know, units currency. So just be on the lookout for that in our Discord. And then that other mode, so I said there were two modes, that's all the cosmetic side. The other mode is ranked. So this is explicitly how well you're placing on a mode's map. So in the ranked leaderboards. So the ranked leaderboards, not every like track, like every bonus, like main map, not every map will be ranked. But the ranked maps that are ranked, right, this will count towards your overall rank points and like rank, you know, like rank, right? Because it's like, for the mode that you're playing there, right? It can, the thing about that though is if you play a map and then move on and don't improve or anything, you'll be shadowed by people that do get better than you. So the kind of pipeline that we're hoping that people go down is they play, they get a lot of cosmetic, they kind of get some rank points, but they don't really understand what it is yet. And then it moves slowly towards like, you can get cosmetics and stuff, but hey, I want to get my rank higher. start competing more and more for group times, for top 10s on maps and stuff like that. So that's hopefully the pipeline there leading you towards, because again, when you're grinding these maps, you still get cosmetic points. Like you're still going to get, or sorry, cosmetic like XP and the units currency, right? Like you'll still get that from grinding, but it might not be as much as just exploring the rest of the game. So that's where we're going to try to balance it, where it's like, we want you to play every mode, right? We want you to become the momentum man, to be good at every mode, because that way you maximize the amount of rank points and you maximize the amount of XP that you're getting. And it's just all across the game, and you'll be renowned across the game. So, dipping your toes in every, but at the same time, right? We will separate, the cosmetic side of things is game wide, but the ranked side is per game mode. So it'll be per mode. So if you don't give a shit about like a specific mode, like a random one, let's just make one up called like B-Hop, for example. Like if you don't care about that, you can play surf or something and only care about your surfing. Like you can do stuff like that. So for the most part, like we really want to tailor it to like what you're interested in, but we want to encourage you to play as much of the game as possible. So I think this system should accomplish that. People are going to maximize things. What was it? The Sid Meier dev? Is it Sid Meier? Or the Civ? Yeah. No, is it Sid Meier that said it? That people will optimize the fun out of your game. We want to prevent that because it is, in this case, it's competing against other people, right? So the only optimization you can do is self-improvement here, right? Yeah. You can't like there's no aimbot, right? For example, it's to compete against somebody way higher than your level. I guess there's movement recorders, but and you cheat, right? We'll have measures against stuff like that. So, sorry, kind of went on a tangent, but going back to this question here, will there be an SDK/Steam workshop for modifying a weapon appearance? We will have guides on how to modify local files. A lot of the Valve developer community wiki pages are also very applicable. It's the same thing. You're just basically using the custom folder inside of the momentum folder and just replacing the path with a similar lookalike. We even have some overrides already inside of that custom folder that you can customize to use like a TF2 rocket launcher, for example, if you don't like ours or something. We will formalize a lot of stuff like that. We're going to automatically mount TF2 in CSGO, and we want to be able to use those weapons in our game. So you can just in the loadout be like, oh, I want, if my replay, can have the TF2 original or something in it, have that versus our original, and then we can be pretty smart about it where if there's people that don't mount the games, we can just show like our default one or something, which does suck, but if it's a game mount, it'll just be unlocked, right? Because you have the game and you mounted it. So yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of great cosmetic stuff like that I'm really excited for, because once we start getting people that don't look like, an oval egg just hopping around in your lobbies, it'll be really, really cool to see just like racing against your friends and just having the most random shit. We will be, reasonable with like, obviously we don't want to have like giant like distractions when you're doing runs, all of this stuff, right? You can toggle visibility of like ghosts and stuff like that. But for the most part, right, when you're watching a replay, that'll probably be the most impactful, down to when you're in a lobby or when people watch your ghost or race against your ghost in third person, right? They'll see your character model with all of your customization that you have. So yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a very fun system that I hope is very deeply rewarding for people that are doing both of the grinds. The rank side of things is more of a bragging right. I don't think we're going to have any because like if you think about cosmetics related to rank points that can go down if you don't play the game, it doesn't make sense to grant anything in regards to that. So all of like cosmetic and stuff will be on the cosmetic XP side of things in the store. But then when it comes to status symbols, like, hey, if you were a top 100 or something like that, you can show that off in your profile while it's still applicable. So let's say you're top 100 in all of surf or something, you can have a badge on your profile, and then once you lose that, we just remove that badge if you lose it. Hopefully you don't, but So yeah, in terms of actual tools for modifying like specifically weapons and stuff,
yep.
Blender, using Source.io or SourceOps, sorry. SourceOps.
Well, yeah. I just on that. I mean, we will be doing the community cosmetic submissions anyway, and we will have guidelines on how to make stuff and then submit that as a community cosmetic. So that if you want to get the stuff in the game, make stuff in Blender, and then that you can submit that. That will be on the Steam Workshop, and then you can get that in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the workshop. Keys.
Everyone was talking about keys, so I was just like, have at it.
Just drop the rest of them. Oops.
Yeah, I just did.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So, is there any other input for what I was talking about, or Sussy Bob's question in particular here?
I guess we could just compare our game to CS:GO because that's what they're talking about. The reason that CS:GO is fairly locked down in terms of like custom skins and stuff is both because it's competitive and because it's financially tied to the skins.
Yep.
So we don't have either of those problems. So like, you know, CS:GO servers were getting in trouble for like giving new players like fancy knives and stuff.
Yeah.
We don't really care. Like we can just let you modify whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. So for the most part, right, like you have pretty much freedom over changing how every aspect of the game looks. How the game behaves, however, is that's where you start to get in a little trouble. But we'll be very clear if we can detect it and alert you that, hey, like your game's not running right. We'll let you know, like if you accidentally changed some settings and forgot to change them back or something. But yeah, so you'll also probably know if you are maliciously changing them too. But yeah, so that was great input there. Yeah, we don't have the financial incentive to sell you any skins, so they're going to be not only extremely meaningful skins that like actually add value instead of just a layer of paint on your gun. It's like, you know, they'll actually be like, imagine all of the like legendary tier or whatever skins, but like by default. So it'll be fun though. It'll be fun to kind of get just like a bunch of people's ideas into the game and properly crediting people for it as well, because that's, I think, a huge thing that's missing is like, wow, like this Red Fury or whatever skin is so cool, but like does the skin have the creator on it? I don't know. But either way, just having that proper credit will be good. Cool. Okay, if there's no other input, we'll go ahead and move on. Thank you again, Sussy Bob.
NotEagle asks, will there be special sound effects, e.g. holy shit, impressive, godlike,
Impressive.
when getting PB or world record or doing jump stats? So this is referring to the classic like Quake kill streak sounds.
Yeah.
Which are
Or
from,
CSS gun
Quake
game.
1 or 3 or what. And very popular in Counter-Strike Source, I assume, in CSGO. I don't really ever play on CSGO, like public servers, but yeah, it's like a, you know, it's domination after like 4 or whatever, then
4 bullets.
holy shit.
Yeah.
Mega kill or whatever. Yeah, I don't know how that would work for momentum because it's like.
I mean, right now we have like the swish sound effect, don't we?
Yes.
What's that? Yeah.
We
It
do.
makes a little swish when you finish.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yes.
it makes a separate noise for a PB and a world record as well. So
Yes.
you could modify those files locally, like we were talking about with view models and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
When
not
it
sure if we're planning on doing anything that obnoxious for stuff like PB sounds.
No.
Probably not PB. Maybe world record. There was talks in previous Q&As about having kind of a lobby-wide announcement that a world record was set. We could even look into doing a map-wide announcement of people on the map if there was a new world record set. That could be related to the sound. However, it's probably going to be pre-filtered, like ones that, you know, it's weird because it's like not everyone's gonna be able to take advantage of getting a world record and having a sound play, so having it in the cosmetic store might not make sense. But we might do the level of announcement though that's around that, where you can at least in your lobby, when a PB gets set, you can submit that, and then people could also filter it out if they don't want to see it. And then world records could be more of a public announcement because yeah, right, like it's worldwide. Sorry, punched you guys. It's worldwide, right? Like it should be probably a little more pronounced. Maybe not toggleable, we'll see, but we'll see. Like we'll probably have a limit on how many times it alerts or something like that per hour, because we don't want too much trolling or abuse, but yeah, it's to be on a map and watch the world record trade hands would actually be really cool, in my opinion.
Yeah,
at least seeing it in real time.
But the general purpose of like the Quake sound effects here are like kill streaks, and I don't really know what our equivalent is. Like, I don't know. I feel like some sort of like, I don't know, maybe like, what do they call, like Guitar Hero kind of games, you get sort of streaks in there that could be more applicable to Momentum. I don't know if you're getting like a certain number of like improves in like each stage in a row or something, it could work. I don't know. But...
Oh yeah, was there also a Q&A question about kind of, or maybe it was just like internal team or internal Discord, or sorry, the Discord, where it's like, yeah, if you keep hitting a bunch of like improves in a row in your run, it starts playing like the like Tony Hawk's like underground like combo sounds or something like that. That would be cool. I think that would be well. We definitely. This was, I think, a Q&A question. We are going to have audio and better visual feedback on when you hit a split. So if you are ahead, it plays like a sound that you're used to, and we can have that be customizable.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we
so
can make that very customizable. Yeah.
Yeah,
we can do it through the UI in that way.
We could have a was it Easter egg of the Tony Hawk's like combo or something like that too. Like we could get a little cheeky with it, but within copyright, cheeky with it of like, yeah, like, combo sounds and stuff, because that is right. Like if you're, we'll have that anyway for just audio feedback for you, and then like we could just have
Nick, I just have to ask real quick. Can you see the stream as it's live?
I just noticed your background.
Oh shit! Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I do. I have the preview. I was trying to like look and see if like there's something on the. Yeah, no.
I was wondering I don't know if you ever look at it. I have the stream on when it's going.
Yeah. No, I look at chat, and yeah, I also look at oh whoops, yeah. I'm not even on voice team. My apologies. Yeah.
Look, there's some edges of it that I couldn't really Photoshop very well.
That's fair. Yeah, but no, that came out good.
It's not quite right.
Yeah, Tom kicked me out of my house, so I had to move into my apartment.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So yeah. Hopefully that answers that.
Stream I'll do in the hotel you were in last stream.
Yes, there we go. Yeah, he's on my. They're on my trail. Yeah, Tom's on my trail, so I got to keep moving every stream. No, but yeah, hopefully this answers this question, because yeah, it is fun to have those sounds. We got to make sure we're balancing like how much it affects other people, as well as being able to very quickly find it and toggle it on and off and like customize it and stuff like that. But yeah, absolutely having just kind of like specialty sounds around that. We do already have baseline ones, but having that level of customization on top of it, we just got to figure out how best to advertise it.
Yeah. Should we move on?
Yeah, thank you, NotEagle, for that. Moving on to the next.
Sykin, is that right?
I think
a fan of the poet Richard Sykin. Will there be a proper zoning menu in version 1.0.0, 0.0, 1.0?
We'll try our hardest, but it might. Yes, absolutely. Yes, 0.10 actually.
The reason we don't have a good zoning menu at the moment is because we never wanted to port so we in the last sort of year or so, or longer than that now, moved all of our UI from Valve's old UI framework to this brand new one that we got access to after we got engine license. So that's been like a really big conversion we've been doing. The old VG based zoning UI is currently quite broken, and we're not porting that to Panorama yet because it's going to change a lot anyway in 0.10, which is the zoning refactor.
Yes.
So it doesn't make any sense for us right now to work on the zoning UI and fix the current thing, because like zones entirely are going to break for 0.10. People will need to remake zones for every map.
Yeah.
I guess if you have like triggers in your maps, in some cases those should be fine in the VMF and they're getting compiled. That might be fine in some cases, but anything that's been zoned manually in game is bound to break. And given that we know that, it doesn't make sense for us to now spend our time making UI so people can make more zones that are
just going to break.
So I appreciate it looks a bit unprofessional in a way to have like the kind of buggy zone menu, though it is usable. And if you look in our Discord, the bot has a thing for explaining it. However, it's really a case of like, this is the playtest, and this is something that we know, like, maybe it's best to just remove that menu entirely so people don't get confused by it, though I'm not really sure. By proper zoning menu, as this person said, I don't know if they're familiar with the existing zoning menu, or if they've tried to use it and realized it's half broken. Yeah, I don't know. But actually, yeah, before 1.0, it'll be in the next milestone update in 0.10.
Exactly.
0.10.
Yeah.
So.
You pretty much nailed it. Yep. So be on the lookout for 0.10 coming to you eventually.
And several very big things get finished. Yeah.
Yes. BSP convert was one of them as well, and lumper is going to be another one. The zone format itself needs to be documented, which we're getting to that.
We're in the process of discussing a bunch of that.
Yes, a lot of discussions internally, and then probably starting to query the community about specific things that zones might need as well, and then actually implementing it, and then updating our site to use it, and then uploading all of the maps with new zones. Oh wait, no, sorry. The zone, zone tooling falls into that. Like,
well, it will be we'll be on the new site, so we'll just when 0.10 comes out, it'll be on a whole new API, and also we'll have the map submission feature done by then. So the way people will add maps, rather than DM me or Gok to add maps, which we manually do ourselves, and it's really slow and annoying, and the UI for it's kind of bad, the front end stuff. We will have a better front-end system where anyone can submit maps, and it will go through a review process where a moderator will look at it real quick, and then it will be in a week-long sort of review period where other people can play in and give comments, and then the mapper can upload the final thing and say it's done, and then it gets added to the game and is on leaderboard. And in theory, that's something that no site admin needs to do. Like, moderators will need to look at each map, but it's not something where Goknak has to do work to get a map in. I mean, I can add maps now, but it's one of the two of us now, and neither of us will need to do that in the future. So, yeah. Should we move on?
Yeah. Was there any other input though for this? Just seeing. Okay. Thank you, Syken, for this question. We'll move on to the next one. Oh boy.
Yeah. Next. FadedFrank asks, what has been the most frustrating part of this project? Diplomatic.
It depends on what we're looking at, in the sense of so from I guess from a public standpoint, from the team looking out to the public, probably the most frustrating thing is going to be the key begging, where we have very clear outlines on just hey, we have ways to get a key and get access to the game. Definitely check these out, right? If you're a mapper, we want mappers to have access to the game. It's a very good mapping tool as is. We have a lot of great mapping features as well that you get to mess around with, like world portals and huge BSPs now. But there's also, contributors. If you contribute to the website, to our lumper, tool, BSP convert, anything that's open source, right? If you're showing genuine interest in helping out, that's an easy key. Easy. Yeah. If you have the tenacity to apply yourself to it, or the skill, right?
The principle there is going to be, if you're interested in this game, not purely because you just want to play it as a fun game to play. If you're interested in making maps or helping out and actually getting the game along, then you're much more likely to get a key. The main thing is getting a key just for the sake of getting a key is not going to happen. We're not going to personally send you keys for that kind of thing. I do just want to say that key begging stuff in Twitch chat and stuff now, that's not really a big deal. We in a way, we're encouraging that by giving out keys in Twitch chat. So people I have done all the keys for today, but we can't complain too much about people talking about keys in the Twitch chat, given that we're literally giving out keys. Of course, that's going to make people discuss that.
I think the most frustrating is probably people just reaching out and being I can do all this stuff and you should give me a key, and then they get a key and just never do anything.
Yeah, they promise a ton of feedback, but the main thing is we have quite clear descriptions in the FAQ in our Discord for how to get a key. But what will often happen is people will join the Discord and in one of the public channels or in DMs to teams, they'll say, can I get a key? We'll link them to the FAQ, and then they'll still they've clearly read it at this point, but then we'll try and just be they know they can't say this exactly, but they want to say, well, yes, but I'm me, so can I have a key? Which is it's just someone that feels that if they continue to ask us, then that's going to get them a key. That's the thing that is annoying, because we're not going to do that in principle, because if we started doing that with people, then more people would just beg us and it would get. So, yeah. And it's always just a bit awkward when people sort of, I don't want to be the person that people just ask for keys from. Like,
Yeah.
But I feel like... Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, in a similar manner, what's frustrating is that the playtest isn't the main app. I've been frustrated by like just the weird process that the Steam playtest does for like randomly giving out keys and not having any control over, because we would have loved to like change the order to like first come first serve for a little bit and then alternate back to random like every other like grant or something like that. Like that would be cool, just so that the people that signed up all the way back then would at least have a chance to get it.
The fact of it is, Steam playtest is just badly made. Like, it's something where
it's cool. It's a really cool feature,
and it's a really good idea, but the implementation is not very
could be
well
better.
done.
Yeah.
And they should really I mean, we'd be very happy to give them a list of improvements and stuff they can make, because we have a lot of really quite annoying issues with it.
Yes.
And we have contacted them about some of these issues.
Commenting on... Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, a lot of it feels like playtest is kind of bunged on top of a lot of the rest of the Steamworks stuff, where a lot of Steamworks is really well done and is really slick. But stuff like playtest, you can kind of tell that it's kind of been sort of shoehorned in a way that doesn't work particularly well, and feels like it hasn't really been touched in a while. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it would be great if Valve improved that a little bit. I appreciate them for making playtest a thing, but it could do with work.
I also wanted to comment on the lack of feedback thing. There's even instances where people that are either involved or in communities that play the game don't give us... It's not a lack of feedback. It's the feedback isn't to us. It's complaining privately about the game doing something or crashing or whatever. And like, well, yeah, like we want to fix that. We want to fix what's wrong. Like, if you don't tell us that the game's crashing or feels weird or whatever, right? We can't investigate
that probably is the most frustrating thing.
So having people that have access that do give feedback, but not to us, is probably the most frustrating in that regard.
I think that does have to be if we
more frustrating than the people that just fucked off after they got their key, because they fucked off. They're not making noise about the game sucking or what. Like it doesn't have to suck. It could be better. You just gotta let us know. So that's probably the most frustrating in regards to that.
Please tell us if you have a problem and
let us know.
Oh, why is the Momentum team not fixing this?
Well, not like that. It's just optics of like, the game's shit or whatever. And it's like, well, it could be better. It doesn't have to be shit. I mean, you can help us. Like,
just saying the game's shit doesn't really mean much to me, because it's just such a kind of lazy criticism that.
Because it is. I mean, the game is shit. No, it already is shit. Pick a better thing now.
Well, okay. If someone's got a genuine bug or like actual good feedback that we would like to address, and we hear about that through another Discord where they've been complaining, which has happened several times. Yeah. That is the most annoying thing. That's the most annoying single thing I can think about on this project, I would say. Is people that are sort of kind of deliberately not trying to help, where it's like, I don't know what we've done to annoy you. I'm sorry. We can be friends, or, if you come and talk to us, we'll be nice. Just please, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. And then just kind of summarizing some stuff that's happened this past couple of weeks. A large amount of frustration kind of stemmed from some aspects of Chaos Initiative. So I won't go too in depth, but there is going to be a rebranding surrounding it. There's been a lot of pressure and responsibility put in the hands of somebody that shouldn't probably have had it for the amount of time that they did, but now we are correcting and going forward now with a better streamlined, more open approach to running, for example, Chaos Initiative, which, by the way, Chaos Initiative is the idea that it's kind of just like a bunch of licensed devs together, not necessarily Momentum and P2C. There's actually other devs in there too, and just kind of collecting everybody into a nice place. As you can tell, Chaos as a name doesn't really fit that. The engine development that we do for the Chaos engine isn't chaotic. It's actually very well organized, and I'm very happy with the progress that's been made by the teams there. So the rebranding makes sense in just a personal regard of just like it doesn't really fit what we're doing, but then also it is tied to that previous leadership that we are now transferring amicably over to proper hands. And so for the most part, the frustration there has been mainly internal, a lot of like team meetings and stuff, a lot of venting happening there because there were things that needed to be done that just weren't being done for 21 months at a time, for, you know, promising to have it done at the end of the week and then disappearing, not telling us, coming back months later being like, oh yeah, I'll get around to that. On.
That's the point I do want to add to a little bit.
Leadership, like that was like the top dog. That was the top doing this, and it's like you can't do that at that level. That's not good. So that frustration has recently been resolved, and so now we are very positive with our rebranding. We'll make a somewhat ish public announcement about the branding mainly, but yeah, it's been an interesting past couple of weeks. Because
the last week almost exactly is
actually from very last Friday, but it's being resolved, and it's just only positive now after it. I think it's positive for everybody involved after it now.
I just want to if I can add to that, we very rarely have what are sort of serious frustrations with developers and other people on the team.
Correct.
Particularly because if people aren't doing work, I mean, that's not something we really have any right to be frustrated about, right? Like, if it's like anyone's getting paid for this work, and it's
as long as they communicate.
Yeah,
as long as people communicate why they're busy or anything.
And we've had sort of these relatively few, but some sort of quite specific circumstances where certain people will be very keen on doing something, partly just for the sake of it, them being in some role or saying they're doing it. It seems, I don't really know. But will then be very bad at communicating what they're doing, and like will often sort of we have a thing where we really try and encourage people to say, like, if you don't have time to work on something, please don't tell us, and we're not going to be in any way annoyed with you. We just need to know.
Right.
And occasionally we get people who will just be, if we'll say, oh yeah, I'll do it next week, or I'll do it next week, or whatever, when they really are super busy and don't really expect to do it in the next week, and they're just trying to get rid of us. That's really frustrating from a sort of production point of view, and we try very hard to encourage people not to get into that situation where they need to say that to people,
right?
Because in some ways people have valid reasons that they might just be stressed, they might be worried that we're going to think badly of them if they're not doing some work or something, and we really want to make it clear to any team members or any non-team contributors or whatever, that's not our expectation. We're never going to get
passion project, man.
Not doing work. The thing that's annoying is saying you're going to do some work within some really specific time frame and then not doing it, and then sort of constantly leading us on. And I think
then not answering if we ask about it, which is just like a matter of like, how much time do you need, like stuff like that. So we've had a couple, but this was
there was money involved as well, which kind of makes it a bit different.
There's going to be definitely more information about this as we're kind of approaching a more stable term right now, but for the most part that's just kind of consumed the last week, but it's been a long time coming. This would have actually happened probably by 1.0 anyway, so I'm glad that it happened now. So it's a lot of fun. You know, you never can escape, I guess, source drama, right? No, I'm just kidding, but it's very it's just very calm now that it's happened and that we've figured out a path forward to go for it. And I think, you know, we're still, again, nothing else has changed internally other than just like, I guess now the name and logo are going to change, and that's the only difference. And I guess the URL
of Chaos specifically, not
specifically. Oh yeah, of Chaos. Thank you for clarifying that.
Engine stuff there. We're not changing momentum or anything that way.
Yeah, momentum is staying.
Don't have any idea what Chaos is, and if so, that's fine.
Exactly. You don't have to worry about it.
Can I just add one thing on the end? In that this has been quite a negative question. I do just want to add as quite an appropriate sort of contrast to that. The sort of opposite of the thing that's genuinely really pleasurable on this project, and is very similar to this, is the vast majority of people we work with here are genuinely great to work with and just really lovely people, and we really, really enjoy working with everyone. Where, you know, if a lot of people on the Momentum team are people I've known for getting on for sort of 2 years and so now, and sort of speak to pretty much like several times a week at least, especially on stuff like the engine code review. We do so much of that.
Yes.
And it's all sort of the people that are actually active on that. It's very close knit, and there are people that I just really like as people, but also just respect greatly for their technical skill. We have a lot of people on that do programming work on Momentum especially, but also artists and mappers and stuff as well, who just, have really, really amazing, knowledge of different things, and are but also just very, very pleasant to work with. And so, in a way, like, whilst I'm very, very excited for getting Momentum out, and this is really not something where, like, I'm personally doing Momentum just because I like the work for its own sake. I do really just want to get the game done.
Yeah. I want to play it.
It is a genuine,
yeah,
right. I think we're all sort of desperate for that. At the same time, a lot of the work we do, and especially because of it being so collaborative and friendly, is a genuinely really pleasurable thing. And sort of the exact opposite of a sort of frustrating part of the project is it's a really nice, sort of pleasant, and sort of very sort of wholesome and sort of beneficial thing, where I've learned an enormous amount of programming stuff, and also just how to work well in sort of teams doing these sort of quite online only sort of technical things, which is the first time I've done that. It's just been really lovely. So yeah. Thought I'd just lighten the mood a little bit.
Absolutely, and that's a great point.
I sincerely mean that.
Yeah, because even there's a lot of new contributors that are coming into the open source projects, especially the website, but also Lumper, right? We got Jay Paja working on implementing like Avalonia, which is the UI framework for Lumper. It's amazing to see.
It's so nice.
It's amazing to see
the
amount of effort.
Yeah.
And it should never, like what I just talked about. Yeah, it was all chaos. Momentum's fine. Momentum's always been fine. We've literally for the past like 2 years been trying to we carved kind of our own path through all of that, frustrating bit. So we've been okay. It's really just now ultimately chaos, and that kind of situation has been resolved, and now it's going to be really fun to see how where we can go with just making the engine development as pleasant as possible, right? For everyone involved. So man, I was gonna say something else. I forgot. It's I echo the sentiment there of as project lead, right? I don't get to code everything, right? I'd be burnt out immediately if that, and I did feel a little bit of burnout earlier on in the project, but after people have joined in and I just kind of conveyed that, and I was able to find more of a more suitable position on the team as kind of an overviewing dev and doing a lot of review to understand what's going into the engine, as well as giving input where I see fit, and then being able to pick up smaller bits of development when I get the time as well. So definitely just seeing the amount of effort that's going in from the existing team that I'm more than proud of. Words cannot begin to describe the amount of passion that goes into this, that I get the pleasure of helping direct. You can never really lead passion, right? You can only direct it. So I'm just more than happy with being able to just be here's this platform that I believe in, that I believe we should make. You guys agree? And then we go from there.
That's a really nice way of putting it. Yeah, absolutely. But also just people that just having the confidence, with a lot of developers and stuff, that they're going to do stuff well. But that you might have some quite clear picture of how to do something, but being confident that they're going to be able to go and do it and be, I don't know, sort of level of trust.
Or just being surprised when SL drops the most amazing feature in the middle of the night. Man's a beast. He's oh my god. Just everybody on the team though. Just everybody. Slideys, DX11, Convert, Rios.
For some reason, I've had Discord running this entire time.
The entire time? Welcome to the Q&A.
So I double clicked it and it logged me into the voice meetings channel.
That's all good. Welcome to the Q&A.
I was still hearing the whole conversation somehow.
Oh, so you were gotcha. So you were hearing it twice or something. But yeah, no, we're currently live right now with the Q&A. Are you you have that open right now? Oh, did we lose him?
Oh no, sure.
This is so sad.
Oh, okay. Well, Zofa's got some. Zofa popped in. Yes, absolutely.
Has some grievances.
Well, welcome Zofa to the Q&A. But yeah, so with that being said, thank you, FadedFrank, for this question. There's really not a lot because again, if there's reoccurring frustrations happening, we either need to fix it or the project's going to fall apart because that frustration is just going to grow. So we've pretty much, with this recent chaos related stuff, we've resolved pretty much the last ongoing frustration. Hopefully, if there's other frustrations, right, the open communication that I would expect from the team should resolve a lot of it. Of like, if there's things that are bothering people, even just in DMs with me or something like that, just to be able to bring it up and talk about things like that. That's important because again, this passion is only directed, and I can't control how much people put in or anything like that. So just making sure that
the other issue is
is back.
Like begins to overlap. So let me close the app and reconnect.
Yeah, you got it, man.
How frustrating.
That is pretty frustrating though. Yeah, because I have had it too where I've closed Discord and it just pops right back into a random voice channel that I was in or something like that. Or there was one where it even starts a call with somebody that I was on a call with in the past. So yeah, I can relate. So, but yeah,
I'd say one of my biggest frustrations is when I'm in a meeting and Tom is spending 50 minutes talking about fun facts about horses.
Why do you have to bring that up? Damn it! Now I'm frustrated.
It is quite personal, but also what's the
it needs to happen.
I need to be clear about this. Like, if you spend as much time around horses as I do, like, obviously you're going to talk about it in voice. Like, come on now.
I just don't think it's relevant.
It's relevant to me. I mean, come on.
Whatever you say.
Like, you can't, like, my life is an equine in hell, and you...
/say horse time. All right. All right. So hopefully that answers that question, Faded. Thank you so much for that. We'll move on to I think the last one asked in our Q&A live when we made this. So we do have more time. I think we're at only like an hour and hour and a half. Yeah, so we got time for some live questions.
Yep. Did Frank ask, are there any plans to fix the carve tool?
No, it's perfect the way it is.
Yeah. I think.
I think there was honestly. I mean, if Aaron, if you want to talk about that, if you're here.
Yeah. So literally right before Q&A, me and another developer mentioned about the fact that we eventually want to. No promises, obviously, because Source can be a pain at times. Looking into proper CSG, so we have subtractive and additive brushes because non-destructive mapping is amazing.
Yes. What is? Sorry, DSG, or was it DSG or?
Not sure what it stands for, but it's basically just like BSP as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
So
Get like a proper carve out of
Yeah.
So
it should also allow for better and more
CSG,
complex carving as well.
Constructive solid geometry. Gotcha. Yeah, because that's the biggest thing is like the hammer improvements that are going to be coming out pretty much with 010 and later on too. Right, we want to focus on making hammer not only better, right, just like our game, but having the features that make map editing more streamlined. So yeah,
I think I'm most looking forward to just the UI rework. I've seen some of Traz's like mock-ups, and it looks so sleek and modern. It's so good.
Proper dark theme. Let's go.
Can't wait to GemFC completely.
We're incorporating Qt, which is a desktop application. It's C++ like UI framework basically. So we're incorporating that into Hammer, and so that'll allow us to do theming and have Linux support and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of great stuff coming down the line. Who knows? Maybe even some CSG editing tools like a proper carve tool. So yeah, there you go. Cool. So I think that's the last asked question. Though we can start to go through some of the other questions asked as well. So let's go ahead and do we have any? I mean, we could like wait while people accumulate them in chat if we want to take them live. So Cool. Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. Can you give us a close-up of the poster? I don't know if I want to take it off the wall because I'll have to rebalance it. I guess I could... Do I have a photo? I could probably... Let me check. I should have actually a photo. Ugh. I have a photo that I'm going to upload to the Discord, which is a good plug. So go ahead and join our ! Discord. If you want to see the poster. So this poster, I'll give a little bit of info. My older sister made it as a moving gift, as like a new housewarming gift, basically. And so I'll put it in general momentum. Let's get it. Where is it? Oh man, it's a bit of history because I took a lot of photos while moving. Let me find it. Yeah, a lot of photos of my new place, if you want to see that too. Let's see here.
Don't give away too many photos or people will build a 3D model. 3D
model of my house. Okay, cool. So I think this is safe to share. All right, that's safe to share. No genitals in sight. Yeah, so that's a close-up. It's basically the stuff that you can find on our store page, but I love it. I love the blend between all of the different like photos and stuff, and it's really cool. And so yeah, thank you, Sisnak. she still is even on Twitch. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And so that's what's hanging up behind me. I'm probably going to get another one for the other side over here. We'll see. I mean, yeah, the same, yeah, the exact same. No, probably like a Half-Life 2 one or something. You know, it's pretty impactful on my life. But yeah, Tom then also moved because there was a vacancy in my old place. So Tom moved there.
I'm only allowed in this corridor. But,
yep, as per the contract, but
as per the work visa.
The work visa, yeah. It's we had to really coordinate that one.
Yeah.
Can we have a house tour? No, unfortunately. But I can try to take some. I can try to take some more photos. Like I have one of my the toes. Oh yeah, you probably see my toes or something at the oh god, I just sent a feet pic. Let's go. All right. Anyway, yeah, I mean I can probably take some more photos. They're kind of out of date because I've been adding things slowly to like each of the rooms. I still actually need a canvas or like a wall art out in the living room too. So I need to get a piece for that. But once I do that, I can send like a living room photo or something. It's pretty cool.
Someone in chat is asking if we have any plans for AFK status in lobbies.
As in a manual one, like you set away or activity based or both, I guess.
Suppose we can detect if somebody's tapped out, right? Maybe
we can do that. We do tab out detection. We do that. The sound system does that anyway for when it mutes or plays audio. So we do have access to that.
I feel like movement based is probably kind of sane. If you're like,
but if you're spectating actively,
that's true. Yeah, it's kind of impossible with spectate.
Yeah. Yeah, that is doable. We should make a card for that, for sure.
Yeah, that's a good thing. If anyone wants to do a card on GitHub now, github.com/momentum/game, then we don't have to do it. And I'm lazy, so I don't want to.
We're in the middle of something right now, obviously. But yeah, so
FadedFrank asks, any contributors you want to give a special thanks to for outstanding work?
Tom.
Pretty much.
Sure, yeah. No, good job, me.
Yeah, so, taking up a lot of responsibility with the website.
When Tom originally joined the team to write the story, I believe.
And AHOP, yeah.
Kind of.
And
AHOP. But I was doing some AHOP stuff, and then I started doing some story and media stuff. But I wasn't programming much those days.
Yeah.
You became the
Look at you now.
Expert.
Yeah.
I'm the Java's. I'm
basically senior. Yeah.
But I think with JS it's quite helpful because we use it in quite a lot of different areas of the project, and JavaScript and TypeScript are sort of my two main things. Made momentum, man. Kind of. But yeah. I've enjoyed like stepping into web stuff and Pano, I guess, in the last couple of years. It's been fun.
Yeah.
That was definitely just an area where we could do with more contributors. We still do, by the way, if you want to help out with either Panorama or website, both of those are open source. That would always be appreciated. But no, can we stop talking about me? There's so many other people that do stuff as well.
Yeah.
And sort of more stuff, like stuff that like I find baffling, like a lot of just engine related stuff that doesn't get that much attention. Stuff like DX11, which was mostly slidey bat, SL, and also was that from Zen doing the
BLT.
sliding increase. Yeah, a lot of like Linux related stuff, like the fact that we don't spend at all as much time stressing out over Linux stuff. So a lot of stuff is still annoying because of like package and dependency stuff.
Yeah.
The BLT's done a ton there, and also just lots of nice little features and stuff. I'm trying to think of some of the what's BLT done. There's a really specific thing I'm trying to think of that BLT did. I can't remember.
Shout out to Shigetsu for being the replacement for our learn section. He just gets in a call with people and
gets in the lobby.
Yeah,
direct. It's like a dynamic learn section. It's
Shag is great, yeah, because he's just super friendly and around in the Discord a lot and stuff. And does moderation in like the memes channel, which I don't want to do. So
it's honestly the biggest contribution.
Even when Discord wasn't even running, it
Oh.
still had it running in the background somehow.
Yeah, because the main, like, what was it, the main window closed? Yeah, sometimes you gotta like go into the taskbar and close it from there. That happens. But is it all good now? Are you all good, Sova?
I hope so.
Yeah, we can hear you fine. So, welcome. We basically just got through all the questions. We're taking like live questions right now. Like we're answering FadedFrank's recent one in Q&A live. We'll basically do this until a couple more, like, I don't know, if people have more questions, feel free to shoot.
I'm just trying to think of other contributors real quick.
Yeah.
Non-team contributors. Obviously, other people doing work on Chaos, we really appreciate.
Yes.
Someone that... So JJ is on our team. The sort of non-momentum devs that are probably most active, I think it's fair to say, JJ and Ozkey. Though we also have people like Smade, Craftable, who have been doing bits of work. I think some of them, like, I think Smade working on clustered rendering or stuff like that. I think these sort of quite big ideas that will take a long time, but hopefully we get to eventually. I think it's fair to say the two people that really do deserve a shout out there.
We're still getting overlaps with Tom though, so let me try to close it again.
Okay. Yeah. Try. If you're if you're able to fix it, let us know. Try letting us know in chat too.
Yeah, maybe you post in voice stream with this.
Yeah.
So JJ is technically on the team, though is also on the PDCE team, and I think sort of more focused towards the sort of core engine things that benefit us, sometimes directly, sometimes indirectly. So like a lot of just engine refactors and optimizations are something that, with an engine like Source 1, there's just a lot of junk in it. And when we'll talk about this more when we come out with rebranding stuff, because that's been a big sort of factor of how we've been thinking about our new branding. Is, you know, the sort of goal of making the Source 1 like actually usable to develop games for, and not just be a big pile of crap that's all sort of been added at different times, and it's just unpleasant to work with. Ozkey has been doing a ton of refactoring over the last couple of months of just cleaning up chunks of the engine that just they just sort of clog other stuff up. So that's something that's really appreciated. And yeah, Ozkey's a developer and sort of one of the team leads on P2CCE, Portal 2 Community Edition, the sort of other large game project on Chaos, soon to have a new name. But both JJ and Ozkey like deserve a big shout out there. And then
I think I'd also give a shout out to Larry. Was it mainly Larry that added the rocket jump movement and sticky jump movement?
Larry, Hackkid, Ildpro, I think all did some really significant work there. They'll absolutely be in the main credits.
Reason why we like expanded the scope of the project.
Yes.
And
Beetle.
And
Beetle for reaching out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So loads of people that aren't necessarily on the team, but have like been really big contributors, and that like, yeah, I think that's a really good point into that. Is really kind of made quite a big fundamental shift in how we think about like the scope of momentum. Is TF2 people like getting involved and being like, yeah, this would work really well for TF2, not just be Hop and Surf. But yeah, also just, you know, anyone that's doing significant contributions that even if they're not on the team is just really great. I mean, you know, Jay Padgett recently has been doing this work on Lumper where he did like a lot of restructuring of that project and like added the basic like UI implementation, which is just really great to have someone that will just step in and do that. That's something that is especially appreciated people that will sort of like take the initiative to find areas to work on and then really get on with it. to do that, you have to have quite a lot of technical knowledge and experience. You know, if you're doing something like Avalonia with JPad, like JPad is obviously a very competent programmer. But yeah, we see a lot of people that are just helpful in ways they can be. Like T-Mob's a good example. Like T-Mob's constantly doing. I think T-Mob submitted something to GitHub. I think submitted a PR like a few hours ago.
Yes.
Where it's sort of kind of admin, sort of not admin exactly, but sort of chores related to like FGD stuff and that kind of thing. People doing that is
miscellaneous help, and it's it helps in more ways than because it's the mentality of context switching over to a different repo to then find the thing we need to change, and usually if it's even just one line, it's a bit of digging and then getting that so it's all of this kind of stuff, and then having people helping out. Even if it's just a one-line change, or like even if it's something that's like
a lot of time.
Yeah,
and there's only so much headspace you can have. Like I struggle to sort of keep an eye on 4, 5, 6 different repos at once. Yeah. So having I don't pay any attention to the FTG repo, and that would just be extra pain trying to do that. So yeah, having like T-Mob and stuff work on there, that's just great. And also well, Shake said the people like Rody and Crazy Owl, sort of people who are very sort of into specific scenes, like B-Hop in Rody's case, and then Defrag and else, that are very sort of optimistic about the game and willing to promote the game within those communities is something really appreciated, because it's definitely easy with Momentum. Like if you play a lot of B-Hop or whatever, but Momentum's not a game that you want to play constantly right now because there aren't that many maps and times are getting wiped. So it's kind of easy to just kind of forget about Momentum and see Momentum's not been out in the next it hasn't released this year, so I'm gonna just feel cynical about it or sort of forget about it or whatever. And it is really appreciated, the people that do keep paying attention to stuff and stay engaged with the game, which is really nice. And then say Rody's case, Rody's worked on B-Hop UI stuff, on getting sort of JHUD style stuff in, which is also just really useful and actually is a significant contribution to the game. So there's definitely a lot of people. Yeah.
It's a lot. A lot, and I want to make sure that everyone's properly credited, right?
Yeah, for release, we'll do a lot for
for just kind of bookkeeping around what everyone really has done, stepping through the project there, making sure that people get credit there, but also having it on our main website too. We're going to be. In terms of redesign, right? The only thing we're actually doing Momentum redesign-wise is the main page, the landing momentum-mod.org site. We're going to try to revamp and make a lot more information public, like who's working on the fucking game, because right now it's only in-game, and that's not easy to see for some people. So definitely getting credits like that on there, and then with the special links and things.
Not just team members, but other contributors.
Exactly.
Which is quite a lot of admin to organize, but is absolutely something we will be doing before 1.0, because if you've got pull requests in the game and stuff, especially big things like work that Larry Ilprut had, others I think, but did on Jump, then that's amazing, and obviously we want to credit you there. And it's not because that work was done 3 years ago that we're just going to forget about that. It is something where we will really go through old commits and stuff, looking through and figuring out who worked on what and making sure they do get credit, because it's something they absolutely deserve. Cool.
Shout out to Repster for being on
Repster's been really chill.
Yes.
He's one of the only content creators for Momentum at the moment, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only one.
Once a month.
Yes. And seriously, just getting eyes and ears on the game right now, even if it's not publicly out and you can't make the most content with it right now, it helps. It helps a lot, because again, it gets people into the community, and then they might bring their friends, and then that leads to people contributing and then getting things done faster, and so, or joining the team and adding fucking BSP convert. And so it's really cool, the stuff like that, the network effect that it could of just mentioning and talking about the game, even if it's not done, it has a lot. And that's why we do these and then upload them to YouTube and hope that the algorithm likes 3-hour-long rambles from deranged source devs ramble for 3 hours straight. Hopefully that it gets eyes on it and just people check it out. And so that Repster doing great stuff.
But that's just good for the modes more broadly. Repster doing Surf, Al does a lot with Defrag, just people taking seriously the fact that these modes can be competitive and worth paying attention to what's going on in the sort of scenes within each mode, because it is genuinely interesting, because people are just so good that Yeah.
We have to spam every big streamer. That's basically our marketing strategy.
Well, yeah, we will do that to an extent, but we want to.
Well, yeah, I mean, not
We
spam,
want people
but,
to play it for like genuine reasons. Like we'll reach out to people and stuff, but
We
hopefully
have,
people play it because they actually want to play it. Because obviously, like some streamers will play games because they've been like paid to play it, and you can really tell from like their enjoyment of it. Like,
yeah, we have was it Summit was the most recent one, Summit 1G showing interest, shown it. So yeah, and then it was funny because Summit like talked about, well, you know, they might not be successful unless they, and then they just started to like list all of the features we have. It's like, oh yeah, if they have like a centralized leaderboard and like really easy to play with friends, it's like it was just like, oh, perfect, okay, so that's really good to know that we're gonna be all right. So it's really good to see that. And I mean, I think PokeLols was another one that signed up for the playtest. They might actually have access to the game now, considering that, you know, the recency bias or whatever that people have noticed. So we'll see what's where's it's gonna land. But I have no doubt that, you know, this game, when it releases 1.0, right, the public release, it's gonna do all right. It's gonna be okay. And even if not, I'm still gonna play it. That's all that matters. I'll be the only one in my lobby. No, but for real,
I'm sure it's supposed to stand the test of time.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. Like it'll last, and that's the biggest thing. It's made out of passion, and just the passion will continue it into just higher and higher heights too. So
exactly, cycles is adapting.
Exactly. So, all right, we'll cut that as the last question. Unless, wait, hold on. What is it? 147. Okay, I want a game. We haven't really gamed that much.
Yeah, and
the last one you played Flappy Bird.
Things.
Okay, the last stream you just played like Flappy Bird. So let's one up that. We'll go ahead and just boot. Yeah, we get into the game.
We're gonna be playing Angry Birds this time.
Yeah, we will be doing voice chat, by the way.
The game boots so quickly. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. It's just I haven't really been playing the game. I've been like doing dev stuff more than anything, but it boots so quickly. All right. Also, the menu thing needs to be. I left a comment on the PR, or not the issue. So the news scrollable thing.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
And then,
Wait, it's fine for me. Okay.
It doesn't show all of it. It does a limited thing, but let's see. Do a Half-Life 2 run? Debatable. All right, so let's see here. Gameplay plus webcams. And then there's the game, and we don't have Traz.
I'm gonna join Nathan's lobby because it's the biggest. Actually, no. I'm going to make a lobby just because it seems we have quite a lot of people in-game already. I'm going to do a lobby with like 64 people.
Okay.
Just so we can definitely fit everyone in. So.
Yeah, we got to resize it. Okay, cool. So I'll give the standard spiel. So this is Momentum Mod. Momentum's user interface, right? Beautiful panorama. The entire point of the game is that, you know, you can kind of do what you want depending on, you know, what kind of person you are. So for example, all of the maps that we have right in game, they're basically, it's like it's all in one spot. You don't have to join a specific server or anything like that. You can literally search whatever you want and then hit update, and wow, there they all are. You can filter things by specific tier ranges or a specific tier or anything. Like, you have control over what you want to play. That's the biggest thing. It's just being able to play whatever you want for however long you want, right? There's no time limit there, except for maybe when you're on a run. We'll have more guidelines in place for that when we make them. Multiplayer in the game, because you don't have to join a server, is actually a layer on top of the game. So we have these concepts of, or we have a concept called the lobby, right? Brand new concept. Now, we have lobbies that are just a layer over top. So you can see, even in here, that people are playing different maps, and they're able to hate video games at the same time, all in one lobby. Like, you know, like it's possible to chat. We'll add voice chat. It'll probably be an opt-in kind of feature. We don't want, you know, to join a lobby and then just get a bunch of gamer words in your ear immediately. However, you can play, and you can even see that I'm in the main menu. You don't even have to be in a map to be in the lobby. Like, you can just be chilling in the main menu and just chatting with people if that's the weird, like, thing that you want to do. No judgment really, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so you can see
15 people already. Holy crap!
Yeah, yeah, and so you know, you can see everybody in there. You know, you can like add new friends, make new friends, right? You can do a ton of stuff. Lobbies themselves can actually be private, friends only, or completely public, like this one is. Looks like we're missing localization for lobby create leave warning.
Yeah.
Fun. Localization. Try to break the game, by the way. Try to find this kind of stuff, like the hashtag. That just means it's unlocalized, or it needs to be tweaked. The actual token, this lobby underscore stuff, needs to be tweaked. But yeah, you can create it literally just like 2 clicks. Create. 2 clicks filled. You can click and create a lobby for free. This is using Steam's networking. So when I joined this, right, this is all Steam like networking stuff. And then if we go, are we doing Defrag first, or do we want to do?
Should we go Defrag first, or?
I was thinking.
I feel like A-Hop we gotta play a lot of.
True. I suck at defrag though. I just don't want to like lose everybody. But all right, we'll do some defrag. We'll do World Cup.
I think we should probably let Panzer do some of this. But I just want to say, in terms of the lobby stuff, like look how easy that was. Like for me, it was like 2 clicks, and there's a lobby that has 20 players in already that can all talk with one another. Yeah. With no paid server, anything like that. It's just already
no $100 fee.
It works. Yeah.
So I'm gonna be loading.
I'm bringing that up. We do that like every stream now.
It's important. I mean, I don't know. Comparable. Missing. Oh, okay. That was weird.
Looks like the lobby spectate button is not.
Yeah.
The path is messed up.
Localization things. If anyone wants to come in and fix that.
Oh. Yeah.
With other stuff.
Is it lobby underscore spectate? Like, why is it? Okay, whatever. So yeah, so you can see, continuing on the multiplayer talk, this is Tom, you know, this is Mac, they are playing on these maps in real time with me. So like this is roughly their movements that they're doing. It's not going to be synchronized with me, which means that the game is still 0 ping. It's as fast as if you were not even in a lobby at all. We network things as we kind of like get it. So basically, right, like they're just sending me, hey, this is where I am and how fast I'm going, etc. And our game just when it gets it is like, okay, cool. Like when you play on like Counter-Strike or anything like that, it goes to the server and the server's like, all right, cool, let me wait for everybody else, create a snapshot, and then send that snapshot back to your game, and then you render everybody. Like,
unless you're on land, that's going to be like out of sync, and that's what lag is. That lag
that ping that it takes to do that, to go to the server, get that snapshot back, that's ping. And it also has to render the game technically in the past, and like it's not really up to date. With this, we don't care. Like we don't really care that, you know, like Tom is like 0.5 seconds out of sync with like where I am, because for the most part, right, like you're just, you know, you're just playing.
Honestly, the only time you really notice it is specking someone when you're in voice, and it's about like a 0.5 to second delay, which is like, it's a bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Like it's not too bad. But can I just add, Panzer, do you want to share some of these BSPs? Are you able to do that?
Like publicly?
Yeah, well, it's up to you. But if we could let some other people play.
Yeah, we have that 150.
Up to you.
I'm okay with that, but just know that these maps are works in progress.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, they're
gonna see issues with textures, missing triggers and things like that. But
yeah,
overall, in a pretty good state, I think.
But with that, Panzer, do you want to introduce what you have created here?
Yeah, why are we playing on this map? What's happening?
Right, so yeah, these maps were converted with my tool called BSP Convert, which takes BSP files from Quake 3 Arena and converts them into BSP files that are compatible with the Source Engine. And it automates pretty much the entire process of porting maps. The only thing you might have to do manually is just setting up zones and overbounces, because overbounces are kind of like opt-in. But yeah, this it was kind of like a huge headache to port maps manually in the past, because you kind of just lose all the light map data when you decompile the map, and you have to like add all the lighting entities manually. And it was just like so time consuming.
So slow, yeah.
I tried porting one map and I was like fed up with it already. So I was like,
yeah,
maybe I
think Mac has ported this one before, or someone's ported this one, and like.
Yeah, so I ported an already ported version of this map that people were using for B-Hop, which was pretty much the same, but they were using a decompiled version, which has a bunch of precision loss in like the brushes and stuff.
Yeah.
So everything was off grid and there was just jagged edges everywhere.
But then recreating the
Not
lighting
good.
as well, right? So,
Yeah,
like,
then
and the lighting on this looks really good. Like this
Yeah.
looks like it's been compiled for Source.
Yeah.
Like this looks, I assume, better than it's going to look like in Defrag, just because it is on the Source engine. But like, it's still the same light map data that's originally from Defrag. So it's so cool that you can preserve all that and get it still looking this good.
Oh, nice.
I just
yeah.
noticed that there's no
No,
haste on
no
this map
speed.
at the moment.
Isn't there haste on this?
No, there is.
Damn it.
It's that error model at the beginning. There's no.
Oh, that's right. The pickup model.
Do not see an error model. So am I on the different
Oh.
version?
I think-
no. We have the map. This map does have haste.
Yeah.
I think you are on the old version, Mike.
If you
I
don't
have
see,
haste.
if you don't see it, you probably picked it up already, and I think it should last a long time. I don't know.
I'm
know how that
walking at
works.
320.
Oh, really? Maybe you just.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the old VSP. You have the old VSP. I think.
Oh, you have the old. Yeah, that's right. You have the old version.
I apologize for the gameplay that you guys are watching. First of all, I don't know where I'm going, and second of all, I plan to learn Defrag and be better at it. But
This, I think, is my favorite map in all Defrag.
This is
Yeah.
really nice. Isn't
it's
it?
a really
This
good
is,
looking map,
You know,
Yeah, so
it's
just-
smooth and fast.
right? Yeah, like I was zooming. Oh fuck!
this map in particular feels really heavily like the kind of maps that have inspired Orcs' mapping. Who's one of our
Yes.
mappers on the team who is a B-hop mapper and does all this like sort of multiple path-based map design. And like this has a kind of similar feel to that.
Oh, okay. I think the teleporter might be a little broken right here. What?
Yeah. So,
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, some teleports are a little
Oh,
wonky. Displacements could use some work, but
Yeah.
that's just something I'm working on still.
Yeah, and just recapping here, this is the BSP from Quake 3. Like you could load the BSP in Quake 3 and just
The original one.
directly, the original one, directly converted over to a momentum compatible one. So it is the most accurate you could be in terms of like light map data and things like that. So the colors here look really good.
It's more accurate and far more convenient because
Yes.
you don't have
It
to do
takes
all this.
about
all
3
this grunt
seconds
work.
as opposed to
Yes.
3 hours.
Yeah,
Which, it's
yeah.
quite nice.
Yeah, it's
Defrag
just-
has so many maps, right?
Oh,
that-
fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 18,000, I think, on
Yeah.
that website.
And we're not going to
Crazy.
add all those to the maps later immediately anyway, but like we really do want to. We don't want, at least 3 hours of a developer's time or mapper's time for every Defrag map that wants to get ported. Like that would just be so annoying in the future.
Does the conversion tool currently handle like viz optimization?
It's using the Biz leaves from Quake 3, so I don't know. Maybe I can
I
apply
feel
some more optimizations on top of that.
Let's have a no clip around and see.
Could we rerun reviews on this?
I think there are
Just
some
reviews
maps,
or-
some maps where the Biz system doesn't even work. Like it just renders the whole map, and I'm not sure why that is. And it's something I gotta look into.
badly made maps, Fucking, what's that surf map with like
Fuck.
no Biz leaves? Oh, the gloaming.
You're supposed to die there.
Damn. That's fine. We gotta convert death triggers over to reset or teleport triggers, basically.
Yeah,
I
I was
remember
actually
when
working on that earlier, but couldn't get it fully working.
Yeah,
This
that's
map
fair.
is
That's fair.
really good.
when I was on a laptop, I couldn't play through the gloaming because it would get too low FPS.
I love that map. So good.
I remember getting so hyped when that map was first released on Game Now.
Fuck.
Something about the way it looked is very unique.
Yeah, no, this has really just nice lighting. Like the blues and oranges are just great.
Yeah.
Um,
Damn it. Wait, can
it
you
is
go
so
this way?
nice that these maps come over to source and
Oh.
look good. That's the thing. It's like it's not just some like hacky version just for the sake of gameplay, but like they still look good.
Yeah,
It's the angle. I think it's because is Quake Z up or Y up? Because that might be. It might just be translated the wrong way.
we just don't have support for the Quake 3 style trigger
I'm
push.
zooming. Let's go. Oh my god.
That's another thing on my roadmap.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I just so in terms of like what this achieves as well and like how there's obviously been a lot of versions of Defrag or not so much Defrag but versions of Quake or Quake 3 Quake-like inspired games or like stuff like Diabolical and Reflex and stuff, which I've never played Reflex, I've never played like Warsaw or whatever. I've played Diabolical, and like this is one of the issues with Diabolical, right? It's the maps they're all new maps and stuff, and so feel like you probably are kind of losing something there, not having like sort of beloved community maps in it. And with this, like, our engine is kind of uniquely suited for this in that, like, we genuinely are close enough to Quake 3 that we can do this BSP conversion and like not have to do that much manual work and still load the maps in a that's quite sort of relatively different engine that's currently being, you know, maintained and developed.
Is this a ramp?
But like to do this, we have had to what do we call it? Like, there's been some engine changes, right? Like, you changed some stuff to do with light maps and primitives or something, Panzer, right? Or
yeah, so the data structures that Quake 3 uses to render faces, which is like all the walls and floors on the map, is different from the ones that Source Engine uses.
Yeah. Okay.
And I have to make some engine modifications to support that data structure.
So we're in this. Sorry.
So yeah, that basically let me get proper texture mapping and light mapping.
Nice.
Because before that, the textures were like all over the place. It looked like a mess.
So we're in this really uniquely sort of fortunate position in that, like, the engine's close enough to be even theoretically possible to load Quake 3 maps like this, but then, or convert, then load them. But also we have access to the entire Source Engine, so we can make these like quite like fundamental engine modifications to allow this. So we are really lucky to be in this position, and it's amazing that like Panda's been able to take advantage of all this to actually do something that's like this technically impressive.
This project has been so much fun to work on. It's been basically like pushing my 10 years of game development experience to the limit.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah.
like learning this C++ Source Engine code and all this weird stuff with the two different game engines. And, you know, even learning how to communicate between C# and C++ is a new thing that I learned.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, really fun project.
Oh, I can't make the jump. Damn it.
And it's also really nice. Like, I'm personally, I love tooling work in game design. I think it's one of the most fun things you can do as a game programmer. And it's so nice to be like have tools like this that are genuinely going to have a massive impact on just the game. Like, because otherwise we just simply wouldn't have as many defrag maps in Momentum. It just wouldn't be possible, and they wouldn't have necessarily bought it as well. So this is like tooling work that has like a fundamental, like, huge improvement on Momentum, which I love. I just find that so neat.
The other thing you'll notice is that these maps are huge. So the BSP limits that SL and Zen and others contributed to, the limit raising assists in this because Quake 3 maps are huge. Like, it goes basically to like the integer max, I think, for vertices. So and it compared to like 2 billion instead of like Source's like 16. Like 16,000 or whatever, right? Like, or plus or minus, so 32,000 technically, but I cannot wait.
Those limits as well if we want to change to a different map.
Yeah. Is there another defrag, or should we do?
Yeah. Do you want to curate for us, Panda? What should we do next?
If you want to show the biggest map possible, play Rat 100. It's not the nicest looking map, but it's just fucking weird.
Yeah, it's a big one.
All right, let's see it. Let's see it.
Oh, that's just such a funny, terrible.
It's
Sounds like a
100.
brilliant idea.
Bug 100 is one of the biggest maps in like Quake 3 Defrag that people play, and then this is a version where you are rat-sized on that map, so it's quite big.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you are literally a rat in a holy crap. Okay. So I think I have no clip speed. Oh my god, yeah, that pop-up is not happy. Yeah, we messed around with that.
Oh no.
So then we go.
That's what I'm like with. I'll do it issue
like that, and
okay,
go that
I'm gonna
way.
immediately switch to a hop.
That way, and then you go this way.
This might actually be fun in A-Hop.
Yeah.
Oh, honestly, yeah. And that's the other thing to keep in mind too, is that all these maps that we're bringing over usually come for a specific mode, like they're made for it. But like, if it's possible to, we're going to be exploring kind of, oh my god, it's still going. How long is this fucking map? Holy crap.
So I think like the world record on Bug 100 is like 12 minutes or something.
12?
Really
oh my
fast.
god.
I imagine
Look
if
at
you
this
strafe
area.
this, it would take a lot longer, but you have a rocket to make
So
up
are we
for the fact
actually
that the
able to
map's
fit
bigger.
this whole map? Like, this
Oh
is
my
one of the
god, it's
larger
no
maps.
drawing.
Are we able to handle any size map that Defrag can?
No.
No, okay.
There are some maps that go even bigger.
Okay.
Oh
that
my
would
god.
hit our limits. That doesn't surprise me at all, because Defrag's crazy.
I found the trees.
I don't think we're at the integer max for map size.
No, yeah, we don't. We bumped up to, what was it? We just doubled it, I think. It was like 60, I think.
No, we doubled it in. It went from.
In every axis, wasn't it? So
Yes, yeah. So tripled the
the volume went up by
60.
Is that
How
right?
much?
I want to say the volume went up 64 times. So what's
Yeah,
the
that sounds
what's the
right.
key root of 64? 3, 4? No, what?
What? Yeah, it's 4. 3.
I think it went. I think it went up
Oh, there's the end. Found it.
4 times on each
My
axis.
God.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's 4 to the 3 was the new volume.
But-
It's 4 times on each axis.
What I was trying to, oh my god. Okay. What I was trying to I was trying to mention here is we're definitely looking forward to the opportunity of mode mixing, of like playing this map in B-Hop ranked, right? Like with like actual like leaderboards and stuff, because it's interesting. Like there are like maps will less so be made for a specific mode, which is a server relic, right? Because with us, right, we have the map and we have the metadata around what mode you want to play it in. You aren't a defrag server, so the map needs to be df underscore or whatever, right? It's, you know, you can play the map and choose the mode and style that you want to play it on. So opening these things to A-Hop, because A-Hop will thrive in this. B-Hop,
I mean,
you know,
this
like...
isn't possible unless we had SMG nades. I've
Yeah.
already found out. But,
Oh, okay.
which we might do. We'll talk about that at some point.
Yeah, but you can just see that, like, even like the view. Oh, I think my Z near or something, or the far plane rather, needs to be. I just need to tweak it because you can render more. I think what is it, far Z? Farzi?
Farsi? That's a language.
Or is it fine? Was it
Where am I going? This honestly just makes me wish that I want some A-hoppers to make some fucking massive A-hop maps now, because this is really fun.
R_Farsi, maybe? Is it that one?
Yeah, but it's -1 right now, so it should be
Oh.
not fine clip, I guess. Override the far clipping. Oh, -1 means to use the value in env fog controller for R fault. Okay. Clip area frustums. I don't know if that's it. There's one that's like it's like render distance. I will find it. It's R Farsi. Oh, okay. We'll do like 60,000, I guess. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. All right. So yeah, okay. Oh, and 60,000 is not even enough for the 100,000 then. Even then, it's still going. Okay, but yeah, so it's huge. The map, I was flying around it. This is, yeah. So this is again, directly from Quake 3, like ported over via BSP convert, and yeah, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Beautiful. Just beautiful.
So, yeah, is there any other maps that you want to see me try to play? Because I don't know, I'll be able to get too far.
Yeah, well, there's some other ones that you could just spec people on. I was playing what was it? Halvol's map that you did. I forget what it was called.
It's got a funny name, but yeah.
It's a damage boost map.
The HGB one. HGB
Yeah.
too far needs squad.
was really
Proto
enjoying it.
Tofu.
No, the bottom one.
Oh, gotcha.
Playing this, I was just playing around on this, but it was super fun. Oh, I'm still in A-hop. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
But you have a rocket launcher.
Oh shit. Okay.
Also, yeah, new anims for the Defrag rocket launcher.
Yeah. What is that sound?
Somebody's rocket launcher firing infinitely fast.
Okay.
Is that what that noise is? Or is
Yeah. Sounds like it.
I don't know.
Oh god. Okay. Well, I missed that. All right.
Can you hear it now?
Yeah, that's it. Yep. Yeah, I hear it.
Weird.
Okay. Well. Yeah, it's definitely, I think, coming from you.
I think that's like a netcode bug.
It might be. I mean, obviously, if it's like trying to fucking do a ton of sounds at once, that's not good. But that's fine. It's just stuff that we gotta fix. Game is shit. Project canceled. No. Damn it. How do you get around boxes in this game? I mean, I guess I could spec. Who's good at this map? Who should I spec?
I'm not great with weapons, but I can beat this map.
My mouse is very broken, so.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, my
okay.
mouse is
Still
disconnected
projecting
randomly, so-
out of the corner and then turn 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Again to have it project you backwards.
Yeah.
But facing in the angle that you want to be facing in. So you land in the place that you want to land at.
For the teleporter? Or what's this for? Sorry.
What you were just describing, what you were just having an issue with.
Oh, the boxes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to, yeah. Or just use a rocket, because I keep forgetting that. It's buggy. This is why we're in alpha, though. Oh, hey, the boost worked, though. Let's go.
Yeah. Is that just replaced with a catapult for now, or how does that work?
They work sometimes. I don't.
Yeah.
I think I have to do the speed cap that you set. Or like the default speed cap is 450, and as long as the target isn't too far away, it'll work.
I don't seem to have a rocket launcher. What have I done wrong?
Oh, right, the
Go through the red thing. Pick up a rocket
online.
launcher.
Does someone want to post this map somewhere so someone actually good can play?
All right, is it 2? I think. Yeah, that makes it a little smoother.
You could spec me, but I'm not that great at this map. I could probably do
Yeah.
Better than I am, so.
Can we give it to someone decent? Who's in the lobby that's good? We'll just DM them a bit.
I mean, just put it in the general defrag.
Yeah, is that alright, Panzer?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. I'll upload it there. General defrag. Where is it? Big load of maps. Just maybe how about can play it? Just download their own map. Hey.
I mean, we've got Knight in here. Knight's good at video games.
Oh yeah. Okay. This.
B rocket. Yeah, I don't know why. It's like it's doing the fire animation 400 times or something.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
no limit on it.
Crazy Al's coming here to show us how it's done.
Oh, nice.
Oh shit.
Nice. Yeah, Al can sort of play defrag. I think he's not like mid tier.
Shame he's being beaten by a TF2 player on precision, though, isn't it? You know,
Oh yeah.
a real shame.
Why? How do I give myself a... Have I got... I do not understand weapons in this. How do I get the rocket launcher?
Why are the hands disappearing for the knife? That's weird. Was that what False was talking about with the knife being weird?
How do I equip a rocket launcher? I just don't seem to have it.
Oh, you get it like after the first few seconds of the map.
Oh, okay. So you're not meant to start with it.
Yeah, you don't
No.
spawn with it.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it wasn't being removed before, so I was just playing.
Just
Oh,
cheating.
we don't remove it from the player. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, this map seems really fun as well.
I will learn defrag and be good. I've yet to
Yeah,
give into
defrag's
the
so
defrag.
intimidating to learn. Like,
Yeah.
it's been a while since I've learned a new like game mode. You know, like all the stuff that we have. I guess Conk, I've like kind of been trying to get into.
Yeah.
There he is.
Oh no.
Crazy Alan.
All right, here we go. Here we go. This is how you play the map.
Al's gonna redeem me.
Oh no, he shot his SMG, so now his crosshairs all over the place.
Oh,
Quick map restart.
Yeah, a lot of weapon related stuff is a little funky at the moment, but
As it should be.
Yeah.
We
I don't
gotta.
know how easy it would be
oh,
to just remove the recoil and the machine gun, but
yeah, there's a lot of weapon setup in code terms is a bit jank right now.
Yeah.
And we're sort of in the middle of discussing doing some quite major refactors to how we do weapons. We probably are going to do that eventually. Like, it does seem like it kind of really needs it, but
Yeah.
it's tricky. And like, yeah, committing to being refacts and stuff is always, yeah. But yeah, it's tricky when you have like several different games that all handle weapons differently.
Oh damn, he's doing some fancy stuff. He's getting
Yeah.
some rocket ground boosts.
Yeah, I assume Al has played this map a lot. Then, or, is this map really popular? I don't really know his defrag maps because there's so many of them. Like,
He's got his Nikes on.
Yeah, he's sprinting it.
Oh.
Maybe he's just a fast learner.
yeah.
Yeah, this is all improv.
I don't know how popular this map is. I just found a bunch of random maps on that YouTube channel, Power Heavy Metal.
Oh, yeah.
Good place to find good defrag maps.
I think I've seen Al stream this map a fair few times on
I feel like I've seen it.
on his
Yeah.
Twitch channel, so he's at least familiar with it.
I feel like the skybox is very different.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
They're supposed to be fog, and I don't support that yet.
Oh, yeah, fog controller, so.
Yeah, it's great seeing like different progress because it's with Panzer. I think I said before, like with Panzer, like he sort of posts like screenshots or whatever, and has been doing so for the last couple of months. Where like there's always just really exciting progress to see. It's been a really fun thing to watch the following on. Why?
I got a JS exception when he finished.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I think if they finish while you're in the middle of a run, it does that. Because mine's showing the 64th zone on my left. Yeah. It's just stuff wired out. There's,
yeah,
there's
a lot of
this,
the comparisons and stuff, getting that working so it works well with multiplayer and replays and stuff. I think we'll do in 011.
Yeah.
Because replays, these things are kind of intrinsically tied to replays, and that's something we're refactoring all in the future.
Yeah.
Does everyone just have the same player model in this lobby? It's just defrag players, and then they've not bothered. Like everyone's just a.
It wouldn't surprise me if something broke in appearance stuff.
Yeah, definitely some teething pain to them. Some of the stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of jitteriness and stuff like that we're going to be looking into optimizing, right? Getting it way smoother. But, for literally free, right? Multiplayer, this is pretty good. It's effective. You can effectively see where
there's a lot of jank with our multiplayer system, but a lot of improvements we know we can make.
Yeah.
Damn, you are skipping a lot there.
Yeah. Wow.
Are they skipping checkpoints?
Well, it looks like stuff's getting skipped. Well, yeah, maybe that's part of it.
Yeah. So checkpoints on mandatory in Defrag. They're just kind of there to split your timer up.
Is that why it's saying 64 there? Because I think 64 is a max checkpoints you can have or something. There's some 64. I remember that number being related to zoning in some way at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there. Some overflow or underflow or something, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna nip to the toilet real quick, and then we've also got another thing to show after this, which is we've got two really fun mapping related things.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Maps. Yeah, I was gonna say speedrunning these maps is extremely hard. There's just so much potential with weapons maps in Defrag.
Right, because especially if you I'm just watching these rockets, shooting them for the in sync with the ground boost for really good speed.
Yeah,
it's
ground
crazy.
boosts and rocket stacking that maybe you can do on this map.
Yeah.
That's very hard to set up.
Mac, there's someone in chat saying that there are some parts of the defrag learn that are like missing. Like they just spawn in a black box.
Yeah, it might not be the most recent BSB version.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Yep.
when we last pulled it in, but
Yeah, I've just got to pull it in and push it up. I can do that actually after this Q&A stream and push the machine gun fix too. Because the machine gun currently doesn't have animations. It was just an outdated MDL. So.
Is BLT's fixes for the demos in yet, by the way?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't remember
Or
a
if it's
PR
even
for
finished
it
with it.
yet. Yeah, it might not be ready yet. But it, yeah, if it is, we'll get that in. Yeah, I'm super hyped to get into defrag as well. I just haven't done enough of it yet to be confident to show it off on stream. Plus, you know, it's cool to show off the community a bit in this. I'll be showing off my skills in the next map that we're gonna play though.
Yeah.
You promise?
Yes, oh yes. It's gonna be very reminiscent. People were asking for a Half-Life 2 run, so they're gonna be very pleased.
Mm-hmm.
We also got Knight, we got Adam. Yeah, we got the defrag crew in here. Let's go.
I'm trying to A-hop this map, but it's kind of tough.
You're like in the ground because of the center is origin stuff.
Yeah.
Very fun. We gotta just account for that. I mean, we're not networking what mode you're in or anything.
I'll just say, like, I'm really bad. Also, it's something weird about the start here.
Wait, this
Oh, I
map's playing.
suck.
Is this actually playable in AHOF?
I think it
I heard
probably is.
I'd be
you're right.
surprised. I'd be surprised.
As long as you can hit a slip at a
I'm actually struggling to. I think if I can get through this first bit, I think it's fine. But
I mean, there are plenty of
This is
slopes.
hurting my brain for some reason. Okay, can we turn that into? No. Oh fuck. Look, I'm gonna cheat and start from like not this bit, and then from here, I think.
Oh, that's really funny when I spectate you're in the ground.
Yeah, the center is origin stuff is.
Yeah.
It'd be great if we didn't have to do that and we just all had the same like ground as origin stuff from the other modes, but it's fine if it makes this mode feel better. Because I think crouching, right, just shrinks both ends of your when center is origin because it like clamps it in versus the like surf or bunny hop hitbox where it would just be the top of it shrinks down. It's weird, but zoom in. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the weapon possibilities are just insane. Oh, the jump, no. So close. Will VQ3 and CPM be separate? Yes, they will. So
Yeah.
they're going to be considered sub-modes of defrag, and you choose the mode that you want it. And by default, right, CPM will be kind of the main one, ideally. But, you know, we'll support CPM.
But we
Or,
appreciate
sorry, CPM
VQ3
and...
for being like a very important
Yeah.
part of defrag and something that we will be supporting fully.
You'll also to play with people that are playing on CPM while you play VQ3. Which
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
That does
Don't have to change the server.
As you can
be
probably
the
see if
same.
you spec me, that like you don't even need to be the same game mode, right? I mean,
Exactly.
it's a bit jank. I apparently am in the floor for you, but yeah.
Yeah, because of the
I'm just playing.
origin.
Yeah.
That'll get
I'm
fixed
just
at
playing
some
A-hop.
point.
So.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Because we don't do this super strict multiplayer like conventional multiplayer is, where you have to be sort of synced up and into sort of like your client needs to be behaving in a very similar way to the server. Here we're just networking like your movement data and entity stuff and other things like that, but we don't really care about like your client doesn't care if the client you're watching is like obeying the same rules as you, essentially. I have no idea where I'm going. Okay, but this is clearly very A-hoppable.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, okay, very
Yeah, that's pretty A-hoppable, I'd say.
But
Just
A-hop,
literally
like, the fact we
surf
can
to the
do
end.
A-hop on like these. I want to see big fucking A-hop maps. Now we've got the
Yeah.
limits in because there's so much insane stuff it's going to be possible.
I can't believe Valve just left this mechanic in Half-Life.
It's a
It
fact
seems
it
so busted.
leaves just so much fun that it's just this entertaining that A-hop and takes this much skill is. But yeah, I mean, we're talking about A-hop a lot more in a sec.
They left that mechanic in Gmod for a while too.
Yeah.
And then eventually took
That
it
was
out.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Nothing at Gary's mod feels really jank. I don't know what the heck happened to that game.
Yeah.
It's all the
Sandbox will save them. Haha. Anyway, yeah. I like
to see where Sandbox goes.
Yeah, it's cool to
I don't
see
know much
Source
about
2 outside of other, like the
Mm.
Half-Life Alyx and stuff.
But some of their technical stuff seems quite good. I mean, what they're doing with the UI is quite different from ours, but I mean,
Yeah.
just getting rid of Pano, which is interesting, but fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like
yeah. It's...
6 years ago, I wanted to port Defrag to Source 2, but Valve just
Yeah.
never made a game with it.
Yeah. But I think like Source 1 is not that bad an engine, especially when like a lot of stuff is sort of cleaned up. Like Source 1's in quite a nice spot for us now to work on.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of work still, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's. I mean, there always will be, but yeah. So this is VQ3, by the way.
I think it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot more work to support Defrag into Source 2.
Are those ramps supposed to be slick? Oh yeah, they are. Okay, that would make sense. Looks very hard to do that bit in a VQ3.
There's probably more similarity between Source 1 and the Quake 3A engine than Source 1 and Source 2, right? Like,
Yeah, I think they're doing
really fundamental shifts in between Source 1 and 2. But...
Yeah, the map formats are, I think, very different. I don't know too much about Source 2, but I think they handle this visibility differently.
Yeah, they use
I think
octrees.
different yeah, but also I'll pretend I know what that means. I think
it's not BSP. It's basically that. It's not binary space partition. They don't use viz frames. They use like
but it's also not brush based, right? It's more mesh based, and
yes,
I don't really know.
There are yeah. It's basically the modern engine approach.
But what we get with Chaos, or new name coming soon, which are sort of improved build of Source 1, and the fact that because Valve backported Panorama, their Source 2 UI framework to Source 1, we get some of the goodies from Source 2 in Source 1, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So Panorama specifically, but stuff like KV3, it's just a really nice thing to have. So that combined with the fact we have a more engine that's been pretty significantly cleaned up, so there's obviously going to be there's so much you can do to make Source 1 less disgusting. But also just the fact that we develop with more modern C++ standards and have just quite high standards for our code review and stuff does mean that like this engine is in a pretty good spot for a game like this. Momentum's kind of we're so lucky to have Panorama while still be on an engine that's fundamentally like BSP based and brush based.
The pillars.
Hey Tom, we're turning this into like a really cool freestyle map.
Yeah, I'm just playing around. I'm just hopping around on the.
Yeah.
So we're adding Tricksurf. I feel like.
Well, this is the thing. Is with Tricks expanding out to everything, it's going to be not Tricks with a Z, right? As much as it would be nice to have 0-page Tricks. I don't know if Rat's still here. But with Trick Surf, as in, rather than maps being a sequence of like checkpoints or stages from start zone to end zone, you have a bunch of triggers all around the place, and then a trick consists of going between those triggers in the fastest time. But yeah, like I changed it midstream. But doing a trick is just getting from between a bunch of zones in some order. So it starts off. It's usually done in combat surf maps, like Japan or Skyward's the most famous one, obviously. But I think we're gonna probably do that for every mode. And trick A-hop is obviously going to be really fun, and B-hop and like practically every mode it'll be
a sub mode, right, of every mode. Yeah. So Trick Surf will be added as a sub mode. So we were fucking died. I was asked to do a Half-Life 2 run, so I will entertain. This is a new A-hop map in the works right now. Currently being tested, I think currently by a bunch of A-hoppers and stuff. But yeah, so for those that have played Half-Life 2, A-hop is the movement that you can do inside of the single player. Yeah, multiplayer doesn't have this kind of stuff, but you go pretty fast. Tom was doing a little bit of it on that Defrag map, and yeah, it's pretty nuts. So, oh man, this is the first time I've checked out this map, so I'm enjoying it. Canals is always a great time. Just oh my god.
Canals is for me is like the best part of
displacements.
speedrunning HL2, or like it's watching runners that are really good. I get by far the most enjoyment watching really good players doing canals really well.
Right.
Is the water shallow?
Yeah, there's some weird shader stuff with the water, but I think like
But there is cascaded shadow mapping, and you can see in the shadows and stuff. It's like looks real nice, real nice.
Yeah, in some way this is. I don't know if this is a full compile that it did or. But yeah, it looks pretty good.
I think what it's missing is goop damage and fall damage.
Yeah, splatting.
That's the thing with with Coast, like so much of it is full damage management. Well, so I guess Canals there's both that, but kind of more so goo management, especially for newer players. Like just getting through significant chunks of goo, like without just dying, is genuinely really difficult. The main thing I want to say that I'm so excited about is seeing people running Canals 07 again, because unfortunately the HL2 route doesn't do Canals 07, which sucks because it's the best map in Half-Life 2. It adds the best movement in Half-Life 2 in my opinion.
Oh yeah, that's right. The doors aren't gonna close. I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna make it. Make what? Yeah, it's very reflective water. Oh, whatever.
What if you made the doors close and it just like resets you back to the load trigger?
What the? Okay, that was some water. Sorry for that. Don't know what was happening there with that reflection.
I think that's when there's expensive water on different height levels.
Right. Okay. That would make some sense.
Yeah, it could be to do with portals. Portals interact weirdly with water.
What the fuck just happened? I'm like, was that a death stop or did the game almost die? Oh, you can't go over the pipes? Bad map out of 10? No, I'm just kidding.
Does this map use portals?
Yes.
I believe so,
Yeah, that's how Ninja's connected it all. It's all seamless portals.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if, like, the BSP improvements would have made this possible without them, but...
No. 2836 and... Sorry, 2838, right?
Yeah.
And... Embellis, and I think someone else, I'm forgetting who, I'm sorry, have all messed with trying to get this map to work before the engine limit increases, and had a pretty difficult time with it. Plus Embellis, like, lost the VMS several times.
And now Ninja smashed it out in, like, a day, 2 days, something like that.
Just because, especially when you have unlimited displacements, I guess, but also brushes and whatnot.
The flashlight doesn't seem to cooperate with the goop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Flashlight might be removed in the future, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not really something we want to keep around.
I guess. I mean, it's we don't need to spend ages compiling flashlight shader stuff, so do we? Like all the combos for flashlight. No, we're on just.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's using up shader combos and stuff.
No. But we have like unlimited combos for that. Like it's not. Flashlight
Well, yeah, but it adds compile time because it has to do those combos.
The X11 shader compiler is so much better, isn't it?
Yeah, no, yeah.
The X9,
sure.
we'd have nuked flashlight by now for sure.
Yeah. Oh my god! Wait, is this solid?
By the way, I only use
it's not, okay.
3 portals. Everything else is seamlessly merged.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, what the geometry? You can just fit it in. Okay. Just
yeah. Oh.
No,
only 3 places I actually needed to do it.
Displacement. I'll get it. I'll get it one of these times. There we go.
Some people might require a flashlight. Oh god. I mean,
can you make the smokestack thing still fall over, please? That's the best part of this map.
Make it so it kills you.
Yeah, if you get hit by it, your run just resets.
Oh, make it cinematic.
Yeah, it turns your screen red and plays like the Gmod death noise, and then resets your run.
Gold source cutscenes, but
Oh shit, the train's here. Oh, okay. What the fuck? Okay. Why am I doing the like Half-Life 2 route version of this? Oh yes, in this. Oh, there's no water over here whatsoever. Oh, now there is. Okay. No, damn it. I was freaked out because I thought it was ground. Okay, whatever. I had a good route going. Wait, is this jumpable? No.
I think a good chunk of that bit of water is. So you can do that. Crazy.
Yeah, I'll just get some speed here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
But it
too
really
much.
is weird
Did
playing
you
this
pretty
in
much
momentum,
do it
like-
backwards?
Yeah, I could try to do it backwards. Oh, okay, there we go, there we go. I'll just shark it. Sharking's fine.
No, I mean like okay, where you're going now isn't going backwards.
Yeah, no, this is all going forwards throughout canals.
I feel like world
What?
record on this map, like after it gets people really get good at it, it's gonna look insane.
Yeah.
Well, tassing this, I'm sure task with this would just be absolutely ludicrous.
No, the light's solid. Fuck. Oh, that might need to change. That is brutal. There he is, the boy.
Removing it.
Is the water gone still?
Oh god, I killed G-Man. All right, we're good.
Come on.
All right, don't worry about it. You know, it's lore accurate. What the fuck is happening here? This genuinely because that's weird. It's like data moshing. Oh, there's no barnacle to trap me. Oh, barrels blow up? No, they're just normal barrels. Oh no, fuck. All right. Yeah, it is the multi. That's fascinating. So it is the multiple expensive water. I thought it just used to. I guess something broke with recent
Hey,
rendering.
on Mirror World, it's too early for that team mob.
Yeah.
Like I have to try that now. Doing coast. I was
Did you
streaming
keep
the other day.
You did. You kept up the fucked up. The brush at the end of this map doesn't go all the way down. You can swim under this.
I was streaming the other day using CL Mirror World, playing A Off Coast, and it was like I was like flinching really visibly on webcam. It was like so jarring.
Wait, wait, hold on. Is that not solid? Uh oh. What's going on with the stream? Is it the portal, I guess? I don't know. Oh, what? Oh my god. Is this... Oh, okay, we're good. Ending there. Wait, no, this is not the side I want to be on for this. Where's the end trigger? Oh, it's the airboat! The boat beat me here. I'm assuming... Uh-oh.
Do you have the ladders working?
Oh, there we go. Alright. I had to surf up the boat. Oh, okay, so it's in here. Alright. No, that's fine. Because this is Eli 1. 8 minutes. I can improve that time. No problem.
I wonder if we just stripped out the ladder code. And that's...
Oh my god, the HL2 ladder code.
Yeah, the Half-Life 2 ladder code is not in the game.
That is, there's a file in, this is in just a source SDK called like HL2 movement underscore,
And
it's like 2,000 lines of just ladders.
Just ladders.
It's really funny.
The actual Half-Life 2 movement is just in-game movement. Like, it's not a Half-Life 2 specific thing. Like, A-Hop was in, like, the base movement.
Yeah.
Well, I think what happened was they had some like QA tester who was really struggling with ladders, and so, like probably like they were like sitting down with some programmer, or they were just a bunch of QA testers all giving feedback to programmers on ladders, and they clearly tried to like really specifically like respond to the questions or like the issues that they were having or something.
Yeah.
Because the way they tried to make ladders like be more user friendly is so bizarre in Half-Life 2. That like,
Damn. We did not actually. That's a good point. I forgot to link it. Feel free to link it. If you guys want a chance for a key, Wubs, a community member, made a an awesome fucking crossword. That's the word. Alright, crossword. If you guys like crosswords and like getting keys to momentum, there's a very, very lovely crossword puzzle that all of the was it shaded cells in it? Spell out a key. So try your luck. Try your luck in skills. Fuck, I'm going too fast. Abort. All right. Let's retry that. I need some speed for this. Oh, that works. Oh. It's a tricky one, that's for sure. That's for sure.
I'm trying to do chili launch and I just can't. I was playing it yesterday, I got it first try, but...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna, no, I'm gonna ruin my day by playing on Mirror World.
Can't wait for task tools to just do these maps entirely backwards. It's just like swag like fucking ABH strats.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
No, seeing this done... Oh, God.
I wonder if task tools would like only look backwards for like one tick when they jump and then turn back.
Yeah, that's true. Because like the task tools for like
what some of you users tested too, right?
Half-Life 1 and stuff do that as well. It's like the view's otherwise really jarring, so it doesn't like look great unless you smooth it or just cut out like the strafing frames or whatever.
I feel like Canal's task is gonna, especially Momentum, is gonna be way crazier than Coast task because a lot of Coast is like, well, doing Canals fast is all this like really crazy. Where am I going? Sorry, I'm trying to play in mirrors and I'm lost.
Mirrored mode. Alright, fine.
There's loads of airtime, yeah, but like doing canals really fast is all these like weird little strats you can do, like avoiding drops and like getting through the pipes. Like,
oh man, this is
incredibly fast.
Oh wow, this is this is.
You mirrored, yeah.
Yeah, this is. I'm actually playing better than I did. Yeah, am I god on mirrored actually?
I was just like flinching. I was like, just like I was like in pain.
That's right. You go this way.
Oh my god.
It's
This isn't as bad as I thought it would be actually. Okay. You want to race?
Unmirrored? Alright, yeah, sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm gonna reset.
The start zone extends too far. I'm just gonna go up to this.
Okay, I'm gonna take over.
Alright. We'll have proper like race mode, where you can synchronize like a start and everything with your oh my god. Like, oh yeah, I know this curve. No, too high up. Whatever.
Oh damn, this map would probably be really fun with B-Hop and Rocket Launcher.
Oh yeah, D-Hop. It's the mode that Ox would like to make. Oh my god, the launch of the century. Let's go. Oh okay,
that's I just saw you zooming past me.
Yeah.
Didn't Bongiorno make a mode like that before we had any defrag stuff in?
That was our defrag stuff, yeah.
It was just
I don't think Bunch made
rocket
it.
launcher.
Yeah, it was just B-Hop, rocket launcher, and it was just overpowered as fuck.
The unknown mode, isn't it? We still have that, don't we?
Oh yeah, technically, I think an unknown. If you have
but we give you every weapon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Where
am I? What is this? All right. Oh, there's some tunnels. This is nuts. This is like actually fucking. I can do coast. I know coast like the back of my hand.
I can't.
But
I know coast too well.
Yeah, no, I know coast so well. But this is something else. I don't know if I'm gonna make it out of here. Oh, all right, there we go. Got it. Optimize.
I just went the wrong way over the like rubble and just landed in it.
Oh, that's rubble. That's right. You don't want to be on that side.
I
No.
love mirror mode. It's so good. I love that like we just stole like Mario Kart's thing.
No, it was NBC's idea. Yeah, it was like.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Oh right,
I mean,
and
Mario
this
Kart
way,
has
no?
it, and it's like
Yeah,
a
there
really
we go.
good addition to Mario.
Oh, okay, we're good. Yeah, I don't know why the water's so messed up there. I guess it really is just like on the wrong plane or something.
Fucking hell.
All right, so now we go to the right.
That's just what
To
it
the right.
looks like to me.
Oh no, I completely lost all my speed here. God, they are so ridiculous. That's a mode.
Oh, all right, there we go. There's no invisible wall to help you there. You are on your own. Oh my god, what is this tunnel? Okay. This is nuts. This is nuts. All right, here we go. And then it curves to the left. Oh my god.
Yeah. Go, guys. Kind of good at hardwood.
Yeah, I should try speedrunning that game sometime.
She was this person just said in chat.
Yeah.
I think someone did ask before. We didn't really answer about like why momentum started, which we have answered I think several times before, so I kind of ignored it. But yeah, I mean Nick was speedrunning Half-Life 2 at the time. I think you were playing Surf mostly and wanted just a dedicated Surf mode. Like A-hop wasn't at all a thing back then. I just went completely the wrong way. But I mean, yeah, a fair bit later we added A-hop because it, you know, probably the easiest mode, the least effort to add out of all the modes in momentum, right? But probably quite a long way. There's very little complex stuff required for A-hop.
Yeah, because it's already there, and like,
Shot 2, yeah, movement, yeah.
I love how the divide is still the same in mirrored mode, and you're like, oh, I'll go right. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not the way. No.
The Goknak Oh wait. I thought they just said the Goknak challenge, and I was like,
Goknak challenge.
Yeah, I always do the Goknak challenge every day. It's pretty fun. You should try it.
I think we do have a thing for multiple levels of expensive water. I thought we had a fix for that.
SL has an experimental branch on it, so we'll be looking into incorporating that probably eventually. It'll be interesting to see how it handles it though. Oh my god. Okay, we're up here.
I feel like that's probably gonna be easier to fix that in code than it would be to fix it on this map through Hammer.
Yeah. Probably not, but yeah.
It looks so different. I don't know how to explain it. Oh, that's not the way we go. All right.
It's just mentally really challenging.
It's so crazy. Like, I'm noticing lighting details and stuff that, like, oh my god, I went the wrong way again.
Yeah.
That's so nuts.
The problem with this is, like, because you can't save and reload, like, if you just lose all your speed for some of these sections, it's just brutal.
Yeah. Oh man, that's kind of how it... Oh, this is the wrong side. Oh no, this is the right side.
too, there's so many sections where you just reload a save.
All right, is my muscle memory... Fuck. Okay, my muscle memory is gonna fuck Chili Lunch. All right. Yeah.
Oh no, the Chili Lunch mirror.
Yeah. Cursed. Absolutely cursed. That's all right though, because there's enough displacement over here that I can get through.
It's really stressful. Like in mirror mode, like
I'm paying a ton of attention. It's just crazy how much like it's autopilot for the normal one because I just have done it so many times. Yeah. Thousands of times.
I'm gonna set mirror mode on for someone and then get them to play a symmetrical surf map. So it's only a little bit off.
Yeah.
Utopia.
I tried doing that a little bit when I was streaming the other day, or like just loading Surf Utopia and pretending to be really shocked, but like I don't have the acting chops for that, you know.
Yeah, no. Oh, okay, we're going this way. Okay, we bounced off that. Chatting with people on Twitch via... Well, I mean, we actually do want to have a Twitch integration so that you can just chat via the chat box into your Twitch chat. Oh my god.
That is a good shout, isn't it? Because like a lot of people like to stream random just without a mic at all.
Yeah, or a second monitor. And you know, and that's like they don't have their chat in a visible spot, and so having it there is a really good integration, I think.
Yeah, I don't know the Twitch API stuff for that, but I assume
it would be IRC actually, because that's how they do chat. So we would need an IRC client, but it is doable.
PogChamp support.
Yeah. Where am I? What is happening? I'm gonna beat my PB by 20 seconds in mirrored mode. Oh no. Never mind, ruined. And then it stutters over here. Is this a portal area? Why is for some reason it's not dropping any frames though, but it looks like it is. Oh no, encoding and overloaded. I think it's just an encoding setting I have. No problem.
You're doing the pipes in the other way is bizarre.
Oh, I'm going that way, that's right. Oh, okay, that's right. There's no invisible walls. All right, here we go. Just go along this, and then just alley-oop. Damn it. I thought that was solid ground. I guess not. Huh, okay.
FOV doesn't have an FOV tag in options. That's, if someone wants to add that, that's a very easy little pull request.
Yeah.
You might have to. You don't even really need to understand my crazy tag system. You can just add the tag in the XML.
Woo! 50-second save. Let's go.
I'm not that far behind, actually.
And then,
where am I going?
just for reference, turn Mirror World off and go to just so that was Canals, and then here's Coast. So the goal was to get the fun ABH segments of Half-Life 2 stitched together in one map, no entities, just kind of the world geometry that you're dealt with, and then this is probably a known good. But yeah, so look forward to AHOP Canals and mirrored mode on AHOP Canals for all you weirdos like me that want a fresh perspective. It's nuts.
Genuinely is really fun playing.
Yeah, it is very fun to like relearn
At first, it's so jarring. It's
right.
the issue. Like it's genuinely quite stressful. But yeah.
Bodied.
I do still feel
PZ
that
out.
like in terms of like momentum modes,
Maybe not
momentum
PZ out.
maps, Coast is always going to be a lot better than Canals. But I'm really glad we have Canals, or it's been working.
No, I mean Canals is gonna be just a beast compared to Coast, because Coast is like they really wanted you to take the car, so like it's very built and like around the car and antlions
It's
and
so
like,
open.
It's very open, which makes it a haven, but it's also just like with Canals, it was like, oh, you got to have these long canal corridors and then all of the sections there. I mean, there's a lot of things that you just go right by in Canals. And also, it is technically earlier on in the game. I'm sure earlier on in like level design and stuff, they were way more like detailed. With like Coast, it's like, oh, they got the car, they got the gravity gun.
Well, I don't know. Do we know when they? I'm not sure they necessarily made the maps in like a linear order.
Oh, that's true. Actually, I don't know.
And I feel like with Coast, like I don't know. With Coast, like you expect it to be like more sparse, given that it's just a big. That's like a bunch of coastline. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Right.
Coast is just so fun to play. Like, it's just such a fun map.
I didn't mean to get the height there.
Yeah. Yeah, Degnan, you did miss our Defrag stuff we were showing off, but you can check the VOD
Dang.
or YouTube video when that's up.
The encoding overload's not looking good. I gotta check out what's up with my GPU. My 2080 Ti just can't fucking handle this, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what's happening there. Sorry if it's dropping frames or anything, guys. I didn't mean to... Or I don't know why it's doing that. But yeah, this is Coast. It's honestly one of the main reasons that AHOP is allowed to exist. No, I'm just kidding. It's one of the main maps that I can't wait to grind when 1.0 is out.
Yeah, I've already ground it.
AHOP too fast for the encoder.
I think I'm rank 11. Someone took my rank 10.
I used to be
Look,
ranked.
I just added a tiny little addition we've got that's quite nice. If you go on tab, it now shows right click to enable cursor.
In the bottom right.
People might be a little bit less confused.
Hopefully, I don't know. A lot of people don't know how to read though.
Yeah.
Dear God, poor Laszlo.
Finest mind of his generation. Anyway, rest in peace. Rest in pepperone. Oh, that was fucking sick. I thought I was gonna bonk there for sure.
Bonk. That was just a scout from tip 2.
Oh. Oh. I'm just trying to think of any other game where somebody says bonk, but whatever.
Trying to.
Trying to?
Yeah, they say a lot in trying to.
Okay.
Because they've got the scout in that game as well.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. The crossover. Crossover of a generation. Man, am I still getting encoding overloads? It looks like it in the corner of my eye, but that might just be like OBS. But yeah,
Have you been showing the new knife off at all?
Oh, no I haven't.
We got a new knife.
It doesn't have a right click animation, but I'll do a run with the
It
knife.
also, the way his arms are positioned, it does feel like he's just riding a bike.
Yeah, I'm riding a bike to the end of the map here.
Which would
Oh,
honestly
let's
be
fucking go.
kind of would
Assuming
be a really funny custom knife model. Like
just a
bike
handlebar. Yeah. Make
I
motorcycle noises when
genuinely
you go fast.
think that would be a good cosmetic.
Vroom vroom. Yeah, every time you left and right click, it vrooms makes vroom vroom noises instead of knife slash.
I think we should do that as a cosmetic. Just handlebars. I am looking forward to doing some silly cosmetic because it's not like paid or anything. We don't care about like tanking the economy because everyone's using the bike handlebars or whatever. Like, I think it's really funny to have stuff like that. Like a lot of people have asked for like the spinning hot dog knife.
Yeah, and that's a pretty good meme. I definitely approve of that.
If someone wants to animate that, like keyframe animate, fucking
right, and the flip. Oh.
As wants the hot dog. I think we should do the hot dog thing. It would actually be pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, water's kind of messed up.
We had like whenever Samuel streams, Samuel's like plays a lot of AHOP and he's like a climber originally, but he uses the cube map orbs as his view model. It's the crappiest view model like imaginable. But yeah.
There we go. That's the redirects everyone's always wanted. Why is there like a
David launch? I went for David launch and immediately got like bonked into the water, like just directly downwards.
Yeah,
it's painful.
Alright, I'm gonna beat the air pogo wizard.
Samuel's somehow good at everything. Samuel is really good, kind of like Ninja. Ninja's just like bizarrely amazing at every game where she plays.
Yeah.
Which is, some people are just built like that, I guess.
The momentum.
Well, I'm not good at anything.
Damn. Master of none. Dang.
Gamer disease.
Hey, Formally, how you doing? We're doing all right. I think, I think this was a quick Q&A, but a lot of fun showcasing of BSP Convert's output, as well as some AHOP canals coming up. Coast, I'm just trying to beat it in a reasonable amount of time.
Coast is tough. Like it really takes me a while to get through the first two stages.
Yeah.
Like it's better if we're doing it more consistently, I guess, but it's only about a quarter of the time I actually make it to like stage 3.
Yeah.
Well,
Stage 3 is a killer though. You have to really time your hops well, and I barely ever do. Oh wait, no, I did it this time. Let's go.
For me, Coast is like the easiest map to just sit down and play for a while. Like I've definitely played just the most out of any mode.
Ooh.
Which we will track soon, by the way. We will be doing map session.
Yep.
Game
mode stats.
Yeah, so you'll be able to see how much time you played on what map, but also we'll calculate like the overall time that every map has been played like in total. So like you'll literally be able to see like what is the most played map in Momentum just based on who has been like players that have spent the most time on it. Where that will be like literally any time with the map loaded and in game, not just like time of like all the runs submitted,
Yeah, I'll have to check out either encoding settings or see what's going on with my GPU. Sorry if the stream looks laggy. It's definitely getting encoding problems when it used to not, but this is 1080p and I usually stream at 900. But because we have affiliate, we bump it up to 1080 60, and I don't know, maybe the 2080 Ti just can't handle that, or at least at the encoding settings I'm on,
I'm not sure we'll have a thing on the front end, Frank, for showing the players the most time on a map, but
no, because that'll incentivize people just idling in maps.
Yeah, it's so easy to just idle. Yeah.
But it will be on your profile. Like, we can have it like publicly visible on your profile, but we're not gonna have like a leaderboard like incentivizing it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure like every place will use that data. It's the main thing at first is just start tracking it, which we don't currently do.
Yeah.
Because we need to just a whole separate method of.
Yeah, I'm trying to bounce. Got some of that defrag brain in me still. bouncing off these slopes instead of like gliding or like. Oh. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Lined up. Nope. Didn't get the A hop.
And then they minimize it. That's funny.
And get the S tap. Oh, I got up here. I'll just take the ladder. We definitely have ladders in the game. We just don't have Half-Life 2 ladders. Oh, dang. Okay. Well, yeah, it's encoding problems at the end of the map too. So yeah, I'll look into that. It's probably just something with my GPU or the settings I have in OBS. But yeah, common_XP. Is that like, I thought we had common_XP, but we just, this isn't calling localize on it or something?
Yeah. But these are all really easy fixes. It's just I don't want to spend like several days working on.
We just got to make cards. Yeah, we just got to make cards.
Well, yeah, the problem with these is there's so many little localization bugs. I'm not sure it's worth doing cards for each. I guess so. It's just there will be like 50.
Yeah.
Could you like consolidate them into one, or?
Well, that's the question. Like,
one
do we
per
do that or do
section?
separate cards?
We want individual cards. It's just better tracking.
Then, yeah, you missed the defrag news. It's just we added defrag momentum.
Yeah, we added. It's here.
We very quickly just show a defrag map real quick.
Okay. What's another one?
Some people that have missed stuff.
Crouton. FR Cup.
Crouton? Yeah, I don't know what.
I'd recommend the QLWC 21 round 3. That one looks pretty good.
Round 3. Okay.
Just throw no clip outside of the map. I think there's like one particular part of the map that crashes if you no clip out of it.
Oh no. Alright, that's how we'll end the stream. I'll play it, get raged. Oh wow. What?
This is nice.
This looks sick.
Yeah, this is really nice.
I was really surprised.
That's a bit weird, but yeah.
That's actually how it
Cell
looks in
shaded?
Quake 3.
Holy fuck. This is so cool.
This is neat. Yeah.
It'd be cool to have like cell shading, like post shader, so that mappers could actually make cell shaded maps. Like I really want to lean into that. Like we have access to. Where am I going? Oh, this is a church.
Yeah.
Going to church.
They were doing cell shading in like a defrag now.
Yeah. It's nuts.
That sounds
yeah,
like
just
a lot of brushes.
Just to explain the defrag news, this is originally a Quake 3 BSP. This hasn't been compiled using source compilers. This is a Quake 3 BSP that's been modified using a tool that Panda's made, an open source tool called BSP Convert. So the vast majority of stuff can be just pretty much everything. I think from the original Quake 3 BSP can be just converted automatically and run in momentum. We've made some small engine changes to allow momentum to load it, but for the most part, it's just a tool that just modifies the BSP file itself.
That's okay.
So yeah, auto porting of defrag maps basically, and it's super fucking quick and really easy. So yeah, it's great. Yeah, exactly, Lan. Like Lan Coloy. I don't know what to call you. How do you Coloy? Lan Coloy. Tons of maps force. Yeah, and it should coincide pretty well with like 010 as well when we are doing map submissions. So yeah, we'll be getting loads of defrag maps moved over. But yeah, the tool itself is getting to be a really good spot. There's still some stuff to be done, right? But yeah, it's doing really well.
No.
These are fully playable.
You can totally bounce off of that and jump over this. I can see the improvements. Anyway, we are at our 3-hour mark. So that is where we're going to cut it this time, not go an hour over again. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching and asking great questions in our Discord, !Discord if you aren't in that. Yeah, it's always a pleasure doing these because it's great to show off what's coming down the pipeline, but also just answer, some intriguing questions, as well as maybe some that have already been asked before, just so that people are aware of what's happening. It's very hard to see when to jump in this tunnel. All right, but yeah, there we go. Fatty PB. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I got a sub one. That was bad. I mean, that was a no fail technically, but I can sub one. Okay, fuck. Maybe not. But yeah, it's always a pleasure doing these, and I mean, yeah, it's a good showcase. and just hangout session, you know, like eventually down the line it'd be great to get I guess once Discord stages, well, Discord stages they're all right. We could start to use them if we want to have like live viewer asked questions, which is actually, now that I've like said that, I don't think we're gonna do that. I was like, as I was saying, I just realized how much of a like shit show that could be technically if you don't filter it. But yeah, it'd be cool to have kind of just like a little more regular like streaming and hanging out, kind of like dev sessions and stuff. Dev streams right now are mainly just the website refactor and like not really a lot of asset creation stuff. And I'd hope to
do more of that.
Yeah, I'd
also,
love
we
to
could
see
do with
more.
more artists. If anyone wants to just join the team and then become as an artist and then just stream a bunch, then that'd be good.
Yeah,
we can do that.
Not because we're like raking in that Twitch avenue, you know, but it's more just kind of building a community and just kind of sharing stuff with you before it goes into the game.
Yeah, I really enjoy like streaming some web dev for a bit and then just playing the game a bunch. It's just, I don't want to. Web dev is particularly boring. Like UI stuff's a bit better because you're like seeing stuff being built.
No, all right, a sub one
web,
easy.
it's literally just me and like an IDE for like hours.
Yeah. Right.
But also, especially after 010, when there are way more maps, like it would just be more fun to stream generally. But I mean, we can probably get just more team members just streaming, playing some momentum on the channel.
Yeah.
Right now, it's just not that many maps. So I don't personally like play momentum very often, just because I'd rather develop for the game, but also very limited number of maps. Yeah, I'll keep doing web backend streams. I'll try and do that for, especially when we start implementing new features and doing some front end as well. I'll definitely be streaming that, and everyone can like suffer alongside me as I learn Angular finally.
Yes, and see the beauty of the the front end as you dev it. Back end, you can't really see anything. It's just data.
That's exactly. Especially when I'm doing just tests, like that's literally.
Yeah, you see the green check marks.
The most exciting thing for me is the green check marks. Yeah, like I mean, I get an endorphin rush from those, but
yeah.
Hope you just see some anime moai. It's a really good avatar. I like this avatar. But yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this was a good time. Thank you all for watching. Is there anyone watch or streaming Momentum currently? Yeah, little Ollie doing some defrag. But yeah, all right. So this marks the end of it. Definitely join our Discord if you haven't. Tell people about the game. We'll catch you all in the next stream. We're gonna be answering more questions, hopefully showing off some more stuff. We got a lot of internal stuff to set up, but once that's done, I'm sure there will also be just a lot of great features to show off too. More maps as well down the pipeline as BSP Convert gets further worked on. But yeah,
sure.
All right, I think I typed it correctly. Yes, that is the person. Okay, cool. So, as always, our raid message is going to be please play and then your favorite game mode. So for me, it's going to be this. And enjoy the streamer. I don't know. Yeah, they've been live for 14 hours. Holy fuck. Did they fall asleep? Are they actually doing something?
Yeah, check.
It's not raid if they're not like actually there. It's like raiding a follower only. Oh no, they're there. Yeah, they're there.
Yeah.
Joe, it's just your eventual ruler. All right, cool. So yeah, go and enjoy. And yeah, we'll catch you all in the next stream. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care.
Bye.